Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 226 of the Splash. 26, right?
Yeah,
226 of the
226.
Splashcast. Monday Night Raw. I'm your co-host, Reggie.
I am your co-host, Norwood. We are blessed and highly flavored. How y'all doing? And it's still fuck Luke Cornett. How about that? Since Reggie got the
All
Magic
day,
City
you
on.
see it. You see it. You see it. You see it. So y'all know what it is. We do the mic check first, followed by HBCU football, and then basketball. We will throw some drink breaks in there. Please remember to like, follow, and subscribe. Just to let y'all know, we are watching the end of the Knicks Hawks game right now. 3 minutes left. So that is where we're gonna start. If you don't mind. Because we're not gonna be able to focus. I'm not gonna be able to focus.
I don't know exactly what to do because we ain't really live streamed the game before. I think we could probably do both. First of all, Nikhil Alexander Walker, certified murderer. Ice in his veins, don't care. If you in the way, you'll get shot on. How about that?
Yes, sir. Look, man, it's the only thing between us is space and opportunity. And bruh, he is killing it. The Hawks, this has been a hard fought game. Hawks and Knicks is 195. Jalen Brunson is just a magnificent artist. That footwork in the lane for a 6'1" guard.
Yeah, that skull that he uses to he frustrates me.
So that's what type of time we on tonight. That's what type of time we on tonight.
I'm putting together the show, and I'm like, man, I don't know if y'all remember in Living Color, but the head detective, that's who I see. Whatchamacallit is Jalen Brunson is the head detective. Nobody, just all skull.
Well, we can start, man. We're gonna just give you guys. This is gonna be one of those mic checks. It's gonna be dated because we're talking about Hawks Knicks. So at the same time, but we can go ahead and get started with the mic check, man. We'll start out with the Atlanta Braves chop talk. Been a interesting beginning to the season. Braves has so we solidified our catchers rotation. Drake Baldwin, and it looks like Jonah Heim. I'm assuming that's how you say his name. Damn, Nick's killing us, dog.
Keep on rolling. Yes, Jonah Heim has been catching fantastically. 3 shutouts in the first 8 games, and he caught them all. I think that once again, the obvious person in the room, Mr. Murphy. Come to the front. Gather your things. You shall
gather your things. You're not coming back. You remember when the teacher say you go into the no way, you're not coming back.
And I think
you gotta ride home.
This is an opportunity for us to get a picture. I think that I want to be very clear though. I think he's still a very good catcher. We just happen to have 2. One is the man. Drake Baldwin has been fantastic for us already, batting. Right. And then if we're going to have this other prospect who's going to play this well, then it only makes sense specifically at that position to, what I say, once, move the asset and try to get something in return. And I think that this is just where you are. This is Alex Anthopoulos doing what he does when we absolutely need him to do it, is making magic. And I appreciate that.
Now, Alex, I'm not going to pretend like you've haven't thrown a lot of curveballs in these free agency times with the Braves in the last few years. We've been needing pitching. I ain't gonna lie to you. Whether it's because of injury or not, we've needed pitching during the season, and we keep adding people that can hit. And when it gets to the postseason, we struggle because we don't have the pitching depth. So I expect for us to be able to use Sean Murphy to at least garner something,
right,
as towards the mound, man. I don't care. We brought back Jesse Chavez, 40-year-old, 43-year-old.
That's not true. That's MLB facts. Ain't no way. That better be MLB facts. That's it.
That boy looking for it right now.
Oh hell no! Former Cubs pitcher Jesse Chavez announced his retirement. Thank you.
Okay. So that was April. So I got April Fool. It was my birthday. Hey, happy birthday to me. It was my birthday, this past week.
Oh, you saw they got me early in the day.
Oh, and yeah, with Kawhi.
Yes. I was like, and first of all, what age do we get past? What year do we get past April Fool's Day? We already live in a time right now where everything seems to be fake media, and then you're going to take and still have April Fool's Day. I think is egregious. Number two, Jalen Brunson just tried to do the Onyeka Okongwu unsuccessfully, was criminal, and Okongwu put that man
No.
right in jail. He said, "No, not me, not today."
I got the game on right here. That's why I keep looking down. So we gonna pause right here. It's 57 seconds left. So we gonna pause. All right, 52 seconds left in the game. Hawks, Knicks tied. Knicks with the ball. Brunson just crossed half court and killed Alexander Walker on an island. Josh Hart is
They switched Brunson onto
switch.
CJ. Okay,
Switch Brunson on
CJ,
to
getting his
CJ.
hands in there. Do not get your head caught in the cookie jar. No.
Yeah. Brunson hits it. Clutch. 104, 102 Knicks. 28 seconds left. Here we go. Brunson got 15 points in the quarter. Cooking. 5-second clock difference. Norwood, don't say nothing if you're ahead of me. That's tough. I can't see the stats. Jalen Johnson misses the tying shot. Knicks get the ball. They throw it out. I think it is like 4 seconds left, 3 seconds left.
I ain't even mad with that defense, CJ. You were right there. The ball literally bounced on the front of the rim, didn't go in. Then we got a bad bounce on the other, which is the Jalen Johnson backboard shot. I don't.
Us losing, us not playing. Yeah, so we about to have a live reaction to this. We're going to do that right now.
Play fucking Koloko, man. And Quinn does this type of shit.
What's the review for? If it's a flagrant?
Man, yeah. On, I mean, you had to foul him, but it wasn't that. And it's CJ McCollum. Dude's harmless. Quinn lost this game. And for us to effectively lose the game by 2 points because of his poor rotations, it's a Quinn game more than anything. I don't have much,
on, man.
You know.
They're trying to see if it's a shooting foul.
The team played well. Team played tough. Definitely not a shooting foul. Definitely not. I mean, it don't matter. We actually didn't even shoot the free throws anyway. Quinn lost this game. He did. I don't know what Christian Koloko has done to Quinn where he won't play them, even though Quinn is. I mean, even though Koloko is a very good rim protector, he plays in line with the defense. He's been with this team for 3 weeks. He put Tony Bradley in the game, who has literally been with the team for a couple days, and it doesn't make any sense. Yes, and I don't know why Quinn does this shit, but. That's the reason we lost the game. And if anybody needs to take accountability for losing this game, it needs to be our coach. I am impressed with the way that we played today. I ask that we continue to play this tough against the most expensive team in the NBA. They are better than us ish.
Talk about me. Pew 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 pew.
Right. No. That matters. How much your team costs matters. 1,000%.
I mean, they're third in the East. I mean, that's how they gonna compete. Just comment.
Yeah, out, right? I don't. This is a Quinn game, but this is fine. It's a good reality check. We played very well. This is just not good matchup.
Played terrible defense in the beginning. Right. We locked in the second and third quarter, but we played terrible defense in the beginning.
But you should have put Quinn. I mean, you should have put Koloko in the game. That we got killed on the. Very I'm about to pull up the
stat. As soon as it's 5 seconds left for me, so I'm gonna see it through. Yeah, I mean, but no reason, no reason this should have. And now I forgot the national championship game is on. Yeah, 4 point game. Timeout. Yeah, it's essentially over with. 4 point game with 5 seconds left, unless something stupid happens. It's pretty much over. Um, this game was disappointing to watch from in a rotation wise. And what's crazy is in our Hawk segment, one of my notes is Quinn has found something with his rotations. Yeah, we did, Kev. We did. We Brunson came alive in the fourth quarter and it really was the second part of the fourth quarter because we were kind of cooking him. Jalen, I mean, not Jalen. Dyson had him in hell, but hey, man, it's what great players do. And I mean, I do hate to say it, but this Quinn did lose us this game, dog. I'm pulling up the stats right now, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in.
I
Um,
and I'm okay with that, honestly, because I mean he need a reality check just like everybody else. And you have to figure out you
Nick
can't
shot
do this.
50% for the game. You can't allow that.
You can't do this. And you want to know what you should have done? You should have. That's the frustrating part is
I
there's
mean, the
no
rebounds are
reason.
we actually out rebounded them on offensive
Right.
rebounds. They out rebounded us on defensive rebounds. We didn't get second chance shots as much as we thought. We had 21 points off turnovers, total turnovers. I mean, it's a 4 point game. Oh, I mean, I mean, it's a 1 point game, dude. This is about as even as it's gonna be, right? Like the stats ain't really gonna tell us nothing. I mean, the difference is the field goal percentage. We went cold, they stayed even keel. And I was saying that at the beginning of the game in the first quarter. I was like, yo, the Hawks are hot. Um, I hope that, as I said, as well as we're playing, the Knicks just keep staying with us. Like they stayed within 2, they stayed within 4. I think the largest lead we had was 10, and then they immediately cut it to 2. Like, and they ain't really get a good game from Brogdon either. Is
Right. And
Brogdon?
this,
Not
no,
Brogdon.
hell,
No,
Brunson.
no. Brunson had a tough game too, but Mikal Bridges, like he wasn't hitting a lot of shots. Like,
He always gonna not because he's the fourth option on this team.
yes,
Third or fourth option somewhere, but I mean him and Josh Hart. But
no, he's a 4. Cat, Brunson, OG.
yeah, yeah.
Josh Hart don't take no shots. He didn't hit his first field goal until the fourth quarter. Hmm. We don't have any timeouts, so we gonna yeah, it's over with. No timeouts. Is 1.2 seconds left. Even if they hit 2 free throws, which we have to get the ball in. I mean, it's about as even a game as you gonna get, dog.
And that's the reason.
Jalen kind of disappointed me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Jalen let his body language he was frustrated. OG, Mikhail, all of them going to the rim against the size that they had, that frustrated him this game. All right. Rimby has rib contusion.
Who?
Wimby.
Oh, I mean, meat on your bones would help.
All right. 108, 105, 1.2 seconds left. Let's see what's about to happen.
I I ain't finna trap myself. This is a very well played game. I think that we played very scrappy and tough. I think that I'm happy. Like every game that I watch, I'm happy with the additions. I feel like that part has made it very. Oh no! Oh my God! It was after. It was after.
I'm not watching, so I don't know what's going on.
Okay. For everybody who was watching, who almost died there, myself included, CJ McCollum throws up a Hail Mary that is probably a few seconds too late, but it hit off the backboard, goes in. Oh,
Yeah, that's fine.
hold on. Oh, we got a problem. We might have extra basketball. We might have. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know about. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Oh nah, that
We didn't
hurts.
get it.
That we are literally a middle finger away from the Knicks. So here's one for you, Knicks fans.
Hawks lose 108-105. Tough game, hard fought game against the Knicks. The Knicks are the number 3 team in the East for a reason. That still leaves us 2 games ahead of Philly, correct? Or I don't think it may not be updated yet.
Yeah, I think that we should be a game up, which is 2 games because we own the tiebreaker with Philly. We're more concerned about the Raptors because if the Raptors catch us, they own the tiebreaker. But if we tied the Raptors and the 76ers, then we win because we will have won our division. That was a hell of a hard fought game, Hawks. You need to get in there and talk to your coach. All right, let's lock back in. Lock back in.
All right,
lock
we
back
back.
in. Lock back in.
Kev, go ahead and put whatever time this is. I got 18:11 on my clock. We jumping right back into
The Bravos, man.
Jumping right back into the mic check Braves Hawks talk. Braves chop talk.
Let me help y'all out real quick. Yeah, I was about to say, let me help y'all out real quick. We got 3 catchers. One of them guys going to be fired, and by fired I mean traded, and I mean that to be probably Sean Murphy. We are 6-4 in the NL East. Miami Marlins are 6-4. I don't imagine that lasts very long. The Mets are 6-4. Braves 6-4, and the Marlins never spend money. It'll run out. The Phillies are 5-4, and the Washington Nationals are terrible. They're gonna be terrible. That is this. The NL East is very much so feast and famine. As you can see here at the top in the MLB Power Rankings, you have 3 of the 5 teams in the NL East in the top 10. That's a problem. That means it's going to be a very difficult, grueling season, especially the Mets who want to pay for everything. And the Phillies are just your annoying uncle that just won't go away. He right there. He going to be right there forever. And there's nothing you can do about him. That's just what it is. But if you can win the NL East, you can win a World Series. And I appreciate that. Other big thing was we beat the hell out of the Diamondbacks 17-2. That was, I think we split the series with them. We did 6-5, 2-1, 2-0, and this one here 17-2. Everybody scored. We scored so many runs that I kept getting updates like, is this a joke? And
yeah, it was crazy, man. We batted around. We hit. So what it was, the Arizona Diamondbacks, this is what you call like your bullpen game, but they ran out of pitchers. So they had dudes just like outfielders, like lofting the ball over the plate, and we did not take any mercy and absolutely crushed everything out of the park. um, so I mean, hey man, manage your roster better. That's it is what it is.
Run it
But
up. Run it
they
up.
did come
Run
back
it up.
though. They did come back to because we and even the second game where we won 2-0. If it wasn't for back-to-back home runs with Matt Olson and Ozzy Albies, that game would have gone to extra innings at 0-0.
You're exactly right.
Um, and then the tides turned. We were
Yeah.
up in the ninth, and they scored 2 runs, and then they did the same thing and came back and won 6-5. So, hey man, the Braves mantra: split on the road, win your home series.
Yep.
That'll get you into the playoffs and get you into the division race every year at a minimum. So I mean,
we'll
we're
take that.
on track to do that. We're on track to do that. I need to see what we're gonna do with these pitchers.
Pray.
15 players on the IR is just absolutely ridiculous. 15 is crazy. 15.
And ain't going nowhere no time soon.
Nope. Other news, I don't know if we have that up here, but we can that boy skipped all of that. Mike Trout's hurt again.
My bad. You're right. I got excited. I'm feeling good.
Mike Trout, it's so unfortunate because it wasn't his fault, dog. He's hurt again. He got hit on the left hand, square on the knuckle, like, and he had the pad on and everything, and the pad came off.
You can't save me. I mean, he needs to get the hell out of there,
funny.
bro.
I'm laughing, but
they should want him out. Release him. Give him free. It's over. Just release that man to the wild. Let him go somewhere else. This ain't the place for him. Y'all had his whole career. At what point do y'all just want to see the man? You see what Shohei is doing as soon as he got somewhere. Do him the same solid. Mookie Betts out.
I'm not gonna know. I hear that, bro. This is another Carmelo Anthony. It's unfortunate you got hurt, and that sucks. You had bad luck. I mean,
he took the money.
Worst of luck, but bro, you could have been left. There are certain players that he could have gone to literally any team. He could have said, right. I want to go here, and every team would have traded.
He could have been a Dodger.
Needed to.
The Dodgers would have definitely found a way.
The Dodgers have cracked the code of current baseball. So current baseball finances is going to change. But I mean, he took the money. So I mean, it's unfortunate you keep getting hurt on a sorry team. At least you could have gone somewhere and got hurt on a good team. Had some motivation to come back. I know you ain't got no motivation to come back now. But T's and P's.
Correct.
Mookie, Dodgers.
Oblique injury, the same injury that I think that Austin Reeves has. It's rough. It's in a weird place. You just got to let it heal.
I know this is going to be a little karma, but Mookie, I feel for you as a black man, as a brother, man, but as a Dodger, I don't really care,
Yeah. I mean, it's not
y'all got $17 gajillion.
Infinite number of continues, bro. You'll be all right.
Right. He put in the cheat code.
And then Juan Soto, another that's the thing with these injuries. The players are all going to be okay, but these are expensive injuries, and that is Juan Soto with a hamstring. He came in
$50 million
hit. Right. He was in there for one play. He had to run hard. Come get me. And that was it. And Mets fans was sick, and rightfully so.
You should be sick. I mean, but y'all, whatever. I
ain't gonna
what's
lie.
Concerning
Soto is just a money pit. Him and Aaron Judge, no bullshit. It's just we spent a lot of money.
At least they made it. I mean, no, he's poor. No, he's whatever. No, Aaron Judge is still decent, But what's interesting about, and this is now across sports. Now you're getting this in all sports. Is a lot of these soft tissue injuries are now outside of Matt Trout, who just gets beamed by a baseball on the knuckle. But you getting a lot of these soft tissue injuries across these different sports, man. So it brings up that conversation again of, are we over? Because now you got the same AAU travel ball kids are now in the pros, all getting hurt too. These soft tissue injuries. So it's
they ain't outside moving bricks no more. You ain't taking injuries
running
out
in
of sand
dunes.
Yeah.
With combat boots.
You go outside and cut down a couple trees, you won't have no soft tissue injuries.
Dak would be strong,
right? You'll be injured and uninjured by the time you get down cutting down a tree. But now, we want to run all of these things against cones. Cones don't move. Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
It is tight. It is tight. So that's our baseball news. We'll catch up. We'll really dive in and immerse into Braves baseball during the summer. No,
what we waiting on right now is Braves hold it in the road, get it going. Y'all know this is a marathon of a season. So we trying to hold it in the road right now.
Yep. All right, now you can go.
All right,
Tampa Bay Lightning.
Before we even get here, man, I'm just excited. My sports teams, minus the Florida Gators, are filled with optimism. There's belief that all of my teams could be successful this year, in the year of 2026. That's a blessing for me. And Reggie is correct. We're going right here to your Tampa Bay Lightning have clinched a position in the playoffs as they are number 1 in the Atlantic division at 48-22.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good to be back on top. I ain't gonna lie. This is my most consistent team right here. They win championships. 3.
Yeah.
And I appreciate them. Shout out to my boy Kucherov. If you ain't got no hockey team, there's plenty of room on the bandwagon. Let's get it going. Let's go, Bolts. I need a championship. Thank you and good night.
I got nothing. Shout out to y'all. Woohoo.
Are you? Yeah, you a de facto by way of Cam. You might be a Flyers fan, huh? Come on, man. There's plenty of room on the bandwagon, and we would love to have you. Damn. Okay, as we get closer to a championship, y'all. Hey, as we get closer, I'll open the doors of the church again. But that does cover the mic check. Y'all console us. We just had that rough loss against the Knicks. We're going to take a very short break. I'm not going to start drinking yet. We're going to come back and talk to Lamar Odom as a family.
Intervention.
You lost your motherfucking mind. I would ask if you are on dope, but
so we gonna combine HBCU and football too. We gonna combine.
We ain't got no HBCU. We have a conversation with Lamar Odom and black people, and I know you might not be the most familiar with black people, but come on in, have a seat. We're gonna refamiliarize you, and hell no. We'll be back. And I'm gonna loop this too, so y'all ain't gotta worry about us popping up.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 226 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. I'm your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your co-host, Norwood. Our powers combined. We are your HBCU homeboys. We are here feeling good, feeling fine. We're going to be all right, even though we took a tough loss, because that's what players do. We bounce back.
Yes, sir. We're talking about the Hawks versus the Knicks. If you have a chance to listen to the playback,
Play black.
the playback of the mic check. We talked about Atlanta Braves, but we also had kind of some live reaction to the Hawks as well. Or we may end up just taking that soundbite and actually just putting it in the Hawks talk.
Who knows?
Who knows? We don't care. I'll figure it out.
It's the magic. It's the magic.
But getting out the weeds, man. How you feeling, brother?
I think that's a funny place to start. Getting out the weeds. I'm feeling really good. Once again, my Tampa Bay Lightning clinched the playoffs. Hawks in a hard-fought battle against the Knicks, even though we came up short. I feel very appreciative of the way that they played today. And across the board right now, things is looking up for my team and the city. So, yeah, it's good around here for most of us.
So, before we get into NFL football news around the league with the Falcons focus and also some NFL discussions, we gonna have let's have a discussion. Your man, Lamar Odom has basically this on national television decided that he was going to
probably didn't know he was on TV.
Shoot his shot and become the Winston-Salem State head coach. He said they have a position open and he would love, and he said shout out to everybody at Winston-Salem State. He just wants an opportunity to interview and try to be a coach at that school. What are your thoughts?
You ready to edit?
I ain't edited nothing.
I don't care. Hell, fuck no, boy. Are you crazy? There are a myriad of reasons why you, first of all, it's not like you've been coaching somewhere else. Beside the point, you just think you're just going to come to HBCU and just start at the top. No. Mind you, you've also been on the internet and told us everything. You told us that you talked to Kobe in the afterlife and he said it ain't that great. Black people don't believe that. That's the land of milk and honey as far as we consider. Very well documented trips to the bunny ranch.
Herbal stimulants.
Your Kardashian era. I don't know, other than these glasses, I don't know what about you makes you think that they was finna hire you.
I don't know what the hell you saw in the mirror, young man. I don't see that happening. I do.
You don't see that happening.
Not even with the glasses.
Hell no.
I do appreciate, and this he could use this as a starting point of saying I want to get into coaching. But I mean, you don't have to
coach your children. You need to start with your children.
Well, I okay. I would say, I mean, you can start with Little League, or maybe you can volunteer and try to coach like high school. I mean, you got to start, but I don't want, and this is what I was worried about in football, was I don't want HBCUs to be looked at as a charity starting point. Like, and a lot of people in these high profile positions, you have to be careful because they go to HBCUs like they're doing the HBCU a favor.
That's
audacity. Where I draw the line. Yeah, exactly. Audacity.
Bro, we saw it all. It's been recorded. First of all, how many people you think finna leave their children around you? No offense. Right, great father. But I swear to God, if I went to a middle school game and you was coaching one of my nieces and nephews, y'all know who the coach is? And I don't care what people do in their free time, but the things that you say that you like to do in your free time, brother, no,
That boy said I had a
no.
lot of cocaine summers. He said that last week. Came back this week. Yeah, I want to coach young black men at Winston-Salem State University. Shout out to them. Bro, no,
You can go talk
no.
to them about the potential pitfalls of being an athlete. You are more than well qualified. If somebody want to put you
honesty,
on the
go ahead.
If somebody want to put you somewhere and make you an assistant or an advisor, something. But to think that you just gonna walk your ass down to Winston-Salem State and just be like, oh well, I'm gonna be the head coach.
Yeah.
This further lets me know you need to put out. You need
delusional.
to. Yeah, that's not what I'm saying.
Piss in a cup.
Yeah, and then black people gonna drug test you every day, boy. You.
In all
the last place you want to be is the HBCU.
In all seriousness, if you want to start coaching Lamar, didn't you go to like Rhode Island?
Yeah.
Reach back out to Rhode Island. See if you can be an analyst.
Never going there.
Well, I'm just saying if you're serious, you could go get the experience to at least justify. There's no justification for hiring you other than you said you want to coach them on TV or wherever you were. I don't know.
That boy put on that all black outfit, put them take me serious glasses on, and then said, I want to be the head coach. Man, Lamar, call Chloe.
I have the same issue with Shady McCoy for different reasons, but it's the same way that you approach it. You want to do the HBCU a favor. No, the HBCU will be doing you a favor, hiring you with nothing.
Yeah,
nothing
now that part I do want to be very clear. Now, but even Shady, like I might be a little bit more inclined. Lamar, there is a no, and then there's a hell no, and then there's an Ice Cube chance in hell. You don't have any of them. And I just have to keep it real with you. That's what we do on this show. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it and tell you anything other than hell no, brother. I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors. But what you won't do is see, these type of statements let me know that you are not familiar with HBCU culture. And that is the overarching part. You should have known that if you wanted that, you should have gone and talked to somebody at the HBCU and let them bring it. But the other part is they ain't never in a million years finna be like, oh, you know what? I got a great idea. I think we should bring Lamar Odom and let him be the head coach because they'll be fired too.
You hit your wagon. That you can't. Let's get out of here.
Get your wagon to hell. That's where you going. But
that's
if you want to have
a mule, bro. That's a.
If you want to have a good spring break, Lamar Odom, yes, that is the guy who I will call because I know he is gonna have a time of your life.
You're right. All right, man. But that's all we got for HBCU. No real updates as of yet. We'll check back in next week.
Ain't gonna be no update on this story. It's all right.
Oh yeah, no.
If we have to
talk about this again, then I'm gonna be frustrated. I'm not gonna lie to you. Lamar Odom and Winston-Salem State come to absolutely not. We will not report on you. But yeah, football news around the league. Man, we can start off with.
Do not let him on campus. Lamar, go ahead now. Go ahead. We do not want you over here. And check him. You need to check. You need to look in that car because he might.
Hell no. Nope. All right, moving on, man. Atlanta Falcons Focus. Y'all know what it is with Falcons Focus. We try to cover what we have. We don't really have a lot of updates for you all, but we did get some new jerseys. Premiered April 2nd. It's widely shown that the leaks that came out the week before were pretty accurate.
And by accurate, correct.
100% correct. Falcons have new red jerseys, are their home jerseys, black helmets, white pants, red socks. Away jerseys are still the same at white jerseys, black pants, white socks. The alternates are the icy whites, all white on white with the black helmet. And somewhere in there, we will also be playing with the red helmets. I don't know where we're gonna play with the red helmets. I think we'll probably do that as with the black jersey alternate.
Yeah. So, okay, what do you think about this?
Me?
Yeah.
So about the jerseys, I the first thing I thought was like, damn, we look like the Cardinals. I was like, we look
And the
exactly like the
Texans a
Cardinals.
little bit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just different colors. But I mean, most jerseys are gonna look similar. But for me, the Cardinals, like AJ Terrell, dog, that look like Patrick Peterson over there. Like, that's exactly what it looked like, man. I don't dislike it. I don't dislike it. I just wanted to know where we're gonna put our red hats. I mean, where the red helmet's gonna go. I think with the white jerseys, I think we could have gone red helmet, and I think we could have had a black jersey, red helmet alternate, which I think we might still have.
So for me, a couple things. Number one, this is kind of more reminiscent of University of
We do,
Georgia
we
to
do.
me. We look a little bit more UGA-ish to me, which I think is actually pretty good. They're the big football brand in Georgia. It is what it is. I think that this jersey is much more wearable than anything we've had in the past. I do wish that there would have been a more commonly used black jersey.
There is.
Uh,
There's the black one we doing is black jersey. Oh, you mean commonly, not an alternate?
yeah.
Yeah, we got the
I
black jersey, red helmet combo too.
um the throwback, which I don't hate, but I think that there just should have been a black jersey. It should have been white, red, and black. I don't know if you can do that, but that's how it should have worked in my head. And then also, I think that the red jersey and the black pants should be a thing too. But overall, this is an improvement. It don't look like the FUBU jersey anymore, which is the biggest thing.
Red jersey, black pants, black helmet. I mean, now you look like Cincinnati, but
I don't care. And I think that
well,
honestly, Cincinnati, they set up as one of the more fire setups, to be completely honest.
with the orange.
I really like, yeah. So yeah, for sure. But this is an improvement. This is and I already have seen the white Atlanta hat with the white and Jordan threes, either camo
You can't
shorts
wear
or
no
black
white shit anymore.
shorts. Oh no. But the people in Atlanta, be ready for it. It's gonna be an Atlanta outfit like the Cowboys have their Cowboys outfit with the jean shorts and the Jordan 13s. Just be prepared for it. But overall,
Yeah.
I think it was a step in the right direction.
It's cool. It's cool. We'll see. Now with the performance on the field, hopefully we do better. I was looking this up. I meant to look this up and I got distracted looking at the jerseys, uh finding that black the throwback combo. But with the Falcons, we do have our schedule update for the off season. We
Hold
start
on, one more quick thing. I think that this does present an opportunity for us to do like a whiteout in the crowd and like some level of like a red alert with the red. So for the marketing team, I think that helps them a lot because you can kind of set up some
fair.
themes.
Probably on our we're gonna have a Thursday night game, or maybe when we play overseas. That is true.
And
Important dates. First day is tomorrow. Off season begins. Voluntary mini camp is in 2 weeks. I think coaches report tomorrow. Players start to trickle in over the next three. No, I'm sorry. Players don't trickle in. Voluntary mini camp is April 21st through 23rd. Reporting the obvious. We know JPJ's not gonna be there. There's no need for y'all to keep releasing updates on a ongoing investigation in case. Okay, we will
well,
find out in May.
I agree with that. But like I told you in the group, I think the biggest thing that they were trying to say was basically this is the final opportunity for any level of plea before there it goes to trial or whatever. So this is kind of like the final out. And after the last little situation where the attempt to hit the police officer, whatever charge that was, I think that now that that's not on there, I think that there is potentially potentially. And once again,
They rode back.
I ain't got no dog in the fight. If he did it, put him in jail. If it was my sister, I'd go Sam Jackson. So I understand that part. But I think that this might be his chance to say, hey, I did it, whatever, and settle. And yeah, you may have to sit out half the season, if not the whole season. But
Yeah.
this next one, if you don't get out, then I don't think you want Miss Jackson to be testifying for you in court, bro, because it's not gonna go well.
Yeah, and I think that starts May the 4th. So we got voluntary mini camp on the 23rd, 21st to the 23rd, rookie mini camp in May, and then OTAs officially start May 18th with mandatory mini camp starting in June. We will hopefully see some more movement. They've been filling out the roster. We bringing D'Angelo Malone back. I'm happy for that. That's my guy. Plays special teams. Really good utility piece. So we'll keep you guys updated. Draft. A lot of movement coming up in the next couple weeks. We'll continue to monitor that and talk about that as well.
Quick piece. Your boy Ian Cunningham said that he is going to do his best to try to manufacture draft picks. If he cannot, then he cannot, but he's going to try. So y'all be prepared for him to attempt to wheel and to deal. That should mean that everybody's looking at Kyle Pitts thinking to yourself, hey, man, you might be out of here.
Yeah. And then that would also lend some clarity to our draft, to our draft board. But we've had a lot of receivers. And I think we got Georgia State's receiver, Ted Hurst. We have Zachariah Branch has been in. We have Missouri slot receiver. We got a lot of guys coming in as top 30 prospect visit, right? So, and when I say top 30 prospect, top 30 on our board is what that means. Right. We have draft prospects that we have on our board that we're trying to build our board out, and we rate them. So he's the top 30 prospect on our radar. A lot of receivers, a lot of linemen. No real linebackers, DBs, a lot of fast DBs. So I can see where we're trying to get younger at.
And I mean, at least something to monitor. They say that your boy Avion Terrell, due to the fact that he's got some type of hamstring injury, he might drop, and we might be interested in having the Terrell brothers as cornerbacks.
That wouldn't be bad. He is undersized though. Like AJ Terrell, I think is 6'1", 6'2". Avion is like 5'10", 5'11".
I think that will go a long way of making sure that AJ Terrell stays here forever. And if I have to draft his brother, so be it.
That is true.
I mean,
what else we got? What else we got? Football. he about to come back.
Right.
Other news in football, we got some quick hits before we have an interesting discussion. Kirk Cousins, speaking of the Falcons, to the Raiders on a smokescreen of a contract, 5 years, 172, when it's really 1 year, $20 million guaranteed. Everything else is like a team option or something like that. 2-year team option next year, which you would assume he's not going to be the quarterback and they're going to draft Mendoza.
I 1000% disagree. I think that this is an insurance policy contract for a lot of reasons. Number one, you still got Max Crosby on the roster. You overhauled that defense. That defense is kind of more of a win now defense than win in the future. And I mean, one thing that Kirk can do is Kirk can get you going early. And if they start out and they look like something, Kirk gonna ride that thing. He gonna ride that thing out. He gonna try to make that money. And if you're the Raiders, and as much losing as you've done, you probably be stuck. Now, I mean, will you just have an opportunity for Mendoza to sit behind one of the greatest guys to learn from? Sure. So it's not a bad problem, but it is definitely an insurance policy contract.
How's it? Well, that's another conversation. But yeah,
what do you mean? No. That's how we had one of our best conversations last week.
How is he one of the greatest guys to learn from? Learn from and do what?
He's a consummate professional. He always has a positive attitude. He's gonna come in every day and do his absolute best.
But why is he good to learn? I mean, I guess learn part, like he ain't really helped Penix. Like Penix be sitting on the bench by himself. Like
Yeah,
nobody's really going over anything.
and I think that if you look at Kirk Cousins and you look at Fernando Mendoza, they are mirror
The
images
same
of each other.
the same person. Yeah, maybe a better fit for real. But yeah, shout out to him though. He got another job, and shout out to us because we had this whole conversation last week and said there's only two places for him to go. And that would be either Pittsburgh or Oakland or Las Vegas. And he ended up going to Las Vegas. What does that mean for Pittsburgh?
Wait, and that's the reason I will not let you cut us off in a good conversation because we nailed that shit last week. I was like, whoa, we stumbled onto this, and we were 1,000% right.
What does this mean for
Now,
Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh ain't cared about a quarterback since that quarterback was in Savannah. I said it. I ain't do it. He said he did it. I just said it. You gotta take that up with him.
Yeah, fuck him. But yeah, so
I'm not gonna walk around. He did it. He did it.
Kirk Cousins to the Raiders. The Raiders are an interesting team. Shout out to what's the Mike Davis? Is that his name?
Al Davis, Mike Davis, the Davis family, all of the above.
The Davis, the owner Davis, on the birth of his new child at 90 years old. How old he is?
And run it up, man. Run it up.
Why not? Hey, you get it. You get it. Other quick hits that we have. Giants star Dexter Lawrence kind of sends shockwaves and requests a trade from the New York Giants. Now, Dexter Lawrence is regarded as one of the top, if not the top, defensive tackle in the game, especially for his style of being especially nose tackle. He's definitely a number one nose tackle for sure. I think he just signed a contract extension, or he's coming to he's in the middle of a contract. But of course, you guys know that now John Harbaugh is the coach.
Right.
So this is a new regime change, and I guess he felt like he didn't belong.
I mean, you got Dexter Lawrence, you got Kayvon Thibodeau, you got Abdul Carter, you got Harbaugh, and I think that Dexter Lawrence is more trying to win right now. I don't think that this team is a win now team, and I could understand how
he is 28.
Yeah, in football years, that's like 32, especially at that position. So yeah, y'all, you got Jackson Dart at quarterback. You have Cam Scatterbull at running back. Respect to you guys, but I'm on a different timeline than you. So, hey man, yeah, it's time for me to go. And there are places that need defensive tackles that are closer to being contenders than you guys are. We just on two different.
And he's in the third year. He's in the third year of his 4-year contract extension. So after this year, he will be negotiating for a contract. So I can see that he probably, brought up, hey man, I would love to go ahead and sign a contract extension before the year starts and go ahead and lock me in as a Giant for life. And when you have a new regime change, it's like,
and
we'll revisit. We'll revisit.
And this guy drives a hard bargain. And I think the Harbaugh is going to be very influential. And yeah, it's probably time for you to get the hell on. I'm not dealing with him. I've seen what he's done in the past. No offense to those guys, but nah, this ain't not for me.
I get it.
He ain't one of them guys I'm going back and forth with. And he probably ain't going back and forth with you either. So let me let myself on out of here.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna keep it. I wanted to say the Falcons, but we already got enough D tackles. We have too many other pressing needs. But I mean, he is a monster, and he would be a monster on our defense.
I mean, sure. Can we package two of them up and get him back?
He's only at $15 million a year or something like that. $22 million a year. So you could all our guys are on rookie contracts. Nope.
we ain't got no picks to give you.
Dorless, Oro. Yeah, we can't. We signed some of them old dudes, but they old. They're not gonna trade for him.
Right.
So we ain't got no picks. Other news: Trayvon Walker, former UGA Bulldog, on one of the best defenses in history, the best one in UGA history for sure. Number 1 overall pick,
For sure.
Hayden Hunt, signs a contract extension with the Jaguars after. I wouldn't even say it was really any news on this for real. People thought about it, and he was on the trade. He was on the trading block rumors during the season for like a week, and the Jaguars came right on out and said, "Absolutely not."
Hey, Jaguars, if you fixed in your mind to pay Trevor Lawrence and not pay this man, what will we even have to discuss other than what mental hospital do we need to send you to? This guy's actually good,
years old,
and dominating.
Yeah, like 11 sacks.
This is the part of your team that is actually good. Is him, and y'all still talking about getting rid of Brian Thomas Jr. Love to have him as Atlanta Falcon. Let me tell you,
we ain't got the draft capital, but we could part for either one of them two. Really, y'all listen. Kyle Pitts you can have Pitts now. Eli Stowers, Vanderbilt. With the second round pick, 48th overall, the Atlanta Falcons select Eli Stowers.
I want old boy from Baylor. He looks like a monster. But
6'5" dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure. Shout out to Trayvon getting that extension.
And just thank y'all for doing the right thing, because we come in here and I so happily report on all the things that you guys do wrong. I am surprised but happy that you guys did the right thing this time and paid the guy who's actually good.
Yep. Shout out to Stephon Gilmore, announces his retirement. For us folks our age, millennials, we remember when he had a solid 5-year run where he was the best cornerback in the league. I believe he got a championship with the Patriots. He was 2-time all first team defense, 2-time Pro Bowl. I don't think he got defensive player of the year. I may be wrong. We have technology for that.
Right.
He was good. He was really good. So shout out to him. I was wondering if he was going to try to come back again. He came back after sitting out for like a year and got torched. And I was it's about time to announce that retirement.
Yeah, it's tough, especially in football, especially if you sit down for any amount of time. And it's just almost impossible because that top cornerback position is hell. And as soon as you're
DPOY.
As soon as you're identified as that guy, then they be trying to prove to you that you are in fact not that man at all. And I don't know what happened. Who was the last? Was it not Nnamdi Asomugha? Who is Revis? Was he the last guy who was like, "Hey, I'm the best, and there's nothing y'all can do about it"? And then after that, it was Sauce, and then Sauce got traded because the Sauce wasn't the same.
Yeah. He was, I thought so, 2019 NFL Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time first team All Pro, 18 and 19, and 5-time Pro Bowler. And of course, he won a Super Bowl with the New England Patriots, had 32 interceptions, over 600 total tackles. Drafted by the Bills, finished with the Minnesota Vikings in 2024. I think he's more of is he a Ring of Honor guy? He's played with a lot of teams. I don't think he's a Ring of Honor guy. I don't think he's
might just be a good career. Sometimes people just have good career.
Yeah. You always got to ask the question. All right, man. Let's get serious real quick. There has been a lot of news out of Philadelphia this last, I want to say off season, but it's been like 18 months now of just
might be longer than
2 years of just Philadelphia drama,
buckery.
And I've never seen, and they won a Super Bowl. There's been nothing but drama in the midst of, you have wide receivers reading books. You have behind the scenes, this thing about social media, everything is a big deal now. Behind the scenes reactions of losing a game and being frustrated in the moment. And everything comes back to Jalen Hurts, who everybody seems to say, including those rumored on his team, that he is the weakest link. He's not that great of a quarterback. And now it has been reported, I think we talked about it a little bit before, but they went more in depth. He is resistant to change. He's difficult to coach. He's not the most coachable player. He does not like motion. So he resists them putting it in motion. And some of the more egregious rumors are that they call a play and he'll just change the play in the huddle. He doesn't really
Uh,
change the play at the line.
I mean, number one, that's the Aaron Rodgers special. I don't like that. I've always said that this has been a thing for him. You are the coach on the field. You are the in-between intermediary between the team and the coaching staff. AJ Brown has been very vocal about, hey, you're not getting me the ball. It is your responsibility, just like a point guard, to get the bigs involved, as a quarterback to get your receivers involved. You have not made a lot of attempts to change that. And if you don't, yeah, people are going to start seeing that. Now, what I think that his thing is he wants to throw into open windows. He wants to throw safe, catchable passes. Once you get paid as the top quarterback in the NFL, they expect you to make those throws or throw the guy open. You can't continue to play it safe. And he wants to play it safe because that's what's going to get him paid and his numbers are going to look good. AJ Brown is like, hey, they going to pay me depending on my numbers. You not throw me the ball.
Few things. I think he is trying to get back to the style of offense that he had at Alabama under Lane Kiffin, where Lane Kiffin basically thought it through and you just throw the ball here. You know, Lane Kiffin, famous for as soon as you hike the ball, he throws the clipboard up in the air, right? And because he knows it's a touchdown, all you have to do is make the throw. I think that was where he flourished the most, and that was at Alabama, especially from a schematic and scheme wise of I don't have to think. And not saying he can't think or process, but I understand I would rather have it this way. This is what I do best versus trying to go out there and change everything. But in the NFL, you can't do that. The NFL, you have to use motion, especially because the defense has, for the most part, caught
It's
up to the offense.
disguised. Yeah, they've
It has
disguised the
caught up.
defense. And yeah, that's a lot of it is, hey, I need to know where everybody is. And that's the reason that Tom Brady always used motion. I want to see how these guys react when players are positioned on different spots on the field so I can have a better chance of winning this play. And I mean, I think overall, Philly is in a relatively bad place. Now, are they a good team with a good roster? Sure.
Fantastic.
That also comes with a level of expectation. And I don't care how good your team is if they don't have good chemistry. And that's going to be the difference maker. You're going to win a lot of regular season games with this team. That ain't the question. But can you get yourself to another Super Bowl and win another Super Bowl with this roster? Because it's expensive.
Another way to look at this, and it's interesting, and we kind of mentioned this last week, what is like, they are clearly, whoever they is, the proverbial they, the organization, the media, anybody associated with Philadelphia Eagles in the NFL right now are squarely blaming you for the shortcomings of this offense.
That's what happens when you're the highest paid guy and you're the quarterback.
It was Nick Sirianni for the last year, even when he won the Super Bowl. It was Nick Sirianni who was on the hot seat. And I get it, because you went out there and won MVP, right? Even though your defense played lights out, but you went out there anyway and still made the throws and won MVP. So that forced the pressure on Nick Sirianni when you guys weren't performing. But that was 2 years ago. Last year, it was on you. And it doesn't help that AJ Brown is so vocal. It sucks that he is,
I think
but
you
we also don't
mispronounced correct.
know. No, I said it sucks that he is. I think, but when you get to the point of where you feel frustrated that nobody is listening to you, and if the rumors are even halfway true about him being resistant to change and not taking coaching, then which is interesting because his dad is a coach. That's crazy. But and he's not taking suggestions and your offense is stalling, then all right, you gonna make me go public. So we don't know the details, but if this is true, then we do know the details that he can't you can't have, you said Aaron Rodgers. You can't have the Aaron Rodgers mentality. You're not Aaron Rodgers.
Why not? Tell me why I'm not Aaron Rodgers.
Why are you not Aaron Rodgers? You don't have an MVP.
No,
You're
but
not a better passer than me.
I won that championship in college. I won a champion. Didn't he win 2 championships in college? Didn't he go somewhere else, take over, and win a championship? If I remember correctly.
Oklahoma lost.
You're right. Then I came here. I became the quarterback, won another championship. Yeah, I mean, he's been through his fair share of adversity and found his and
you're not good enough to say we're gonna play this offense this way.
I agree, but if I mean, he still did win that championship with Bama. He still went to Oklahoma, had a very good season. He comes right into Philly and wins the Super Bowl. You're right. From a person from the outside looking in, hey, that's all well and good, but you wrong. But as a person who's probably had to be delusional in order to even have this level of success, yeah, this has worked for me so far. Why I'm gonna change now? I've been doing this, and look what it's done for me.
And you're proof of that's what I was proof of concept. I mean,
Yeah.
I've won literally everywhere I've played since high school. So if you just do it this way, we run the ball, you give me open windows to throw the ball to, we win championships. Literally. But hey, man, defenses are now where they can motion and they may declare zone and then switch to man because the athlete has evolved.
Right.
Sports has evolved. Nick Imawari, he's not the only, he's not the first. He's the evolution of what is to come. And it's gonna happen every time, dog. Kyle Hamilton, them dudes, they can play every position and guard everybody. You're gonna have to figure out nuanced ways to get them to declare what they're gonna do. And if you're resistant, bro, I mean, you know.
And also, it ain't just about you all the time either. That motion gonna help the run game. Like I get for you specifically, but when we pay you all this money, we expect you to get better so that because we can't pay everybody because there's a salary cap. So you're gonna have to stand in the gap for what's the difference. So yeah, you got to learn how to do this in order for us to be successful. It ain't just, hey, let's do everything because this is what Jalen Hurts wants. That ain't how it works if you want to be successful. If you want to take all the money. Now, I remember a guy with a beard, and he's a Gators fan and a Hawks fan and a Falcons fan. He said, hey, brother, you might not want to take all that money. Because once you take all the money, ain't going to be a whole lot of help left. And they found a way to still provide you with a ton of help. So in that case, there's no excuses.
Wheeling, yeah, you got a top 5 everything. Top 5 offensive line, top 5 running back. I don't know about
top 5 paycheck.
Top 5 receiver.
Top 5 paycheck.
Top 5 defense.
Top 5 wide receiver 1, top 5 wide receiver 2.
Fair. So, 2 questions.
Top 3 running back. What you talking about?
That's what I just said. Top offensive line. Top 3 offensive line. Someone's got to get traded, I assume. Or do they run this back for the rest of the year?
I think the AJ Brown is probably out of here at the end of the season. If his cap hit wasn't so enormous, I think that they would have already done it. but they can't.
Yeah.
Just it's just one of those situations where you're between a rock and a hard place, kind of like with us and Kirk Cousins, where I mean, it just we couldn't reasonably get rid of him without just it costing us everything. So sometimes you got to ride it out. And I mean, let's be real here. AJ Brown's one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. If not with him, then with who? I honestly think that you probably just don't invest into the wide receiver spot again. You just promote Devontae to your wide receiver one and try to spend that money in other places, I assume.
I think everybody makes it to the season. I think everybody makes it through the season. I think that they'll use this, and I think everybody's going to do this for questionable quarterbacks. I think we're doing a similar thing. Just they have a Super Bowl and Jalen Hurts, but we're doing having a similar philosophy. Next year's draft is crazy when it comes to offense. You're going to have a bunch of quarterbacks coming out. And if you ever needed to draft somebody, and you're going to get every type of quarterback, the generational overhyped guy in Eli, you're going to get the possession guy, you're going to get you get like Carson Beck this year, but you're going to get every type of quarterback. You're going to get the speed runners, you're going to get everything next year, as well as a lot of wide receivers. Get Ryan Williams. It is an offensively loaded draft next year, 2027. So I can see them taking that same philosophy and just riding out this year.
Absolutely.
And then like, hey, if I can go get another quarterback and I can go get another wide receiver, I can trade AJ Brown for 2 picks, trade Jalen Hurts for a 5th, package him with one of them million defensive players I have, and get somebody. They can wheel and deal. And you know how he going to, and you know he going to wheel and deal.
Yeah, and just the opportunity to realistically, I mean, I still think that he's a good quarterback, and they're going to be teams that need good, experienced quarterbacks. And I mean, look at us. There's a world where, hey, if this Michael Penix thing doesn't work this season, and it doesn't look promising enough, we got Kyler already over there for a reason. Like, let's not be crazy about it either. I mean, not Kyler, Tua. We're going to be looking. If it doesn't go well this year, it don't have to be perfect, but if it don't go, if it spirals, we could be in the market for a quarterback ourselves. Panthers, they not sure. I don't care what they say, they're not sure.
No, I think that Bryce has enough. If he has like a 500, if they're competitive, they'll stick with Bryce. If they have a bad, 4-12.
Control delete.
Everybody can go.
The Saints, I think they're probably gonna rock with your boy. I don't think that there's any expectation there. And then I mean the other part is
a world. Houston. CJ can't have those 2 bad of playoff performances and then come back and have a bad year. You can't do that.
And those performances are so bad. I don't got nothing for CJ. You guys play good football again, brother. I'm a fan. I believe in you. I wanted you to win it for the city. If my team ain't gonna win, at least let me be in the place where the championship is gonna be. And I did not expect you to play that terribly last year. And you played worse than I could even conceive. So
Arizona, Los Angeles, it's infinite things after this year is what I'm saying for Philadelphia. They can make a lot of moves. I think they'll end up riding through this season. And it is what it is. You get them all the ammo. And if you look at it before we move on to those, they kind of setting up in it anyway. They setting that up anyway to be like, hey, we signed the players and figured it out.
Kev, what you think, man? Or are you just letting it play out? See, that's the part that I think is the most interesting to me is the Philly fans are just like, I don't know what's going to happen here. Whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Hawks fans from last year. Falcons fans like,
hey. No. Hawks fan, I told y'all 100 years ago what should have happened in Atlanta, and only now does it seem like I was right. But we're going to get there. As we get close to the end of the season.
Right idea, wrong time.
Y'all going to get a piece of my fucking mind about Atlanta.
Not yet. No. You got to wait till the end of the season.
No, not really. But I think that's it. Philly is a strange place right now. Philly is very much so kind of where the Lakers are of like, I don't know what's going to happen for the rest of this season.
Ooh, Philly lost.
And oh wow. And
Yes, I kept us a
yeah,
game and a half. We only lost half a game on that.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this team. Same way I feel about the Orlando Magic, to a lesser degree, how I feel about Cleveland and New York. What's gonna happen here is the biggest thing. Like
Nope,
I don't know. I don't know what that is. But
my
yeah.
bad.
Um I want to see what happens. This is where the drama of sports is. As much as we don't like to watch reality television. That's all this is. This is filled with drama. And I'm excited to see it. Speaking of drama, though, the Colts organization. I'll let you take this.
Boy, where is it? 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 Do we have
Ain't
a
really
graphic?
no media. No.
Oh no, we get. All right, boy. So Shaq Leonard, South Carolina State graduate, one of the greatest linebackers to come out of HBCUs in a long ever. I said a long time ever. Was the heart and soul of the Indianapolis Colts defense for so long, and then kind of was unceremoniously let go. Of course, he had injuries. I think he ended up having a back injury late in his career that kind of hurt him a little bit, but he did come back and had a really good season. Well, of course, everybody has a podcast. Again, like, follow, and subscribe. Um, he came and basically told his version of the story to Eric Ebron, who has his own podcast, about kind of airing out the dirty laundry of the locker room, not even the locker room, of the front office, and saying how he got cut and how he got waived and how they basically tried to like sully his name and said he was hard to coach and a locker room cancer and everything. And he was a captain. And basically he played his case like, nah, what y'all talking about? And he had a good season. And instead of instead of releasing him in a manly way, they kind of did a low integrity and tried to sully his name. And Eric Ebron then comes back and says, everybody should say that. And the thing is, I wanted to bring that back to a conversation we had 2 weeks ago, where we were like, you'll never notice that Peyton never comes back. Like, he never comes back to Indianapolis. And I really don't see a lot of other players go back now that I think about it. Reggie Wayne goes back every now and then. Marvin Harrison doesn't go.
Well, Marvin
And
Harrison in a different situation.
I forgot about that.
This ain't a quick scope either, man.
No, it's a
Nope.
this is a
I don't
duel.
want. Yeah,
That boy had a
no,
duel.
it ain't. That boy got that. That boy out there in that pool shiesty.
But I wanted to follow up on that conversation. It's interesting that this all happens and is coming out as the Colts enter a new era under Jim Irsay's daughters, who would seem to be much more involved in the mechanics of the job and learning on the job, and basically trying to create a culture. I wonder if they're going to actually try to address some of these things, as Andrew Luck did come to the defense of the Colts before they came out. And said that the ownership isn't bad and all that other stuff. And the management at the time wasn't bad, as he quit because he kept getting hurt. And that's really getting.
Yeah, and he also needs his players to get drafted by the Colts. So he would not say anything counterproductive to that because of what he does for Stanford. So I get it. There's a PR game, but there's also very visibly you have one of arguably the top 5, top 10 quarterbacks of all time. He spent the vast majority of his career, his best years were in Indianapolis, and the only place you see him is Denver. And I've told y'all this for years and years and years, and nobody's ever said nothing. And I said he spent 2 years in Denver, and 1 year he was the leader, and the second year he was on the coattails. Now, did he win a Super Bowl? Absolutely. But I'd assume that if you spent 85 years in one place and 2 years in another place, you'd probably want to return back to the place where you considered home for a very long time, unless they did something that you did not like. Very reminiscent of Julio Jones. You got to pay attention Peyton be in Denver all the time. Peyton ain't
Yeah,
the man in Denver. John Elway is the man in Denver. Respect, but that just ain't your city. But he also has no interest in being in Indy. Now, do I think a lot of that had to do with Jim Irsay and the way that they handled him on the way out? Absolutely. I think that if the Irsay girls are smart, they start mending that fence immediately. He is still Peyton Manning. He still is the Manning cast. He is still the Manning passing academy. And he is just a great guy for the NFL and for your brand. Fix it. But I'm not going to sit up here
you
and act like I
should.
don't see it.
You better.
Or no, you don't.
Oh,
You don't
no,
have to.
no. I'm about to say no. I thought about it. You ain't really got to. You the owner. So,
Right.
but it would go a long way for sure. You know, the one
And I
look
think
like
that probably is why the
Memphis.
girls are so active in the way that things. I mean, I hate to speak ill about the dead, but Jim Irsay was a wild boy who was doing a bunch of wild shit. Let's not forget about the Jeff Saturday fiasco.
Hire out of nowhere, and then he was
Right.
talking back to everybody. He definitely from the Jerry Jones
Yeah.
league of ownership.
Right.
He's definitely over there.
So yeah, especially if as in tune as they are in the game, I'm sure they probably saw some things and they know their dad too. Like, oh, he was wilding. We probably shouldn't do that. And I think that that's the reason they're so ever present. Right. And I mean, hope that the apple and the tree are on the other side of the yard. But that's kind of what it is for me. But I think that, yeah, sometimes you got to blame it on your dad. Hey, he was Pops was tripping, yo.
Yeah,
Let it
man.
go.
Hopefully they make amends. I can't believe. Well, this also lends to the fact that athletes now have a voice. A lot of that stuff that was going to stay under wraps, it was going to stay. Okay,
Nope, did not mean to. No,
oh, all right, we back there too.
no, there we go.
A lot of that stuff is going to stay under wraps, but it doesn't anymore. So you're going to be held accountable. You're going to be held accountable.
I also think that this is more important than ever, and I think that this is why a lot of the older coaches are kind of ready to step out of it. Is where you used to be able to dog players, you used to be able to be an asshole, you used to be able to talk to players any type of way, and you could believe whatever you wanted to about a guy, but there was no way to really confirm if he was a terrible human, if he really treated people poorly. Now, all of these athletes have podcasts or they appear on their friends' podcasts. And if you dog a player out or if you treat a person or people poorly, that is going to follow you infinitely further. Sure. Now, because there are going to be people who are going to step up and say, nah, that guy's an asshole. Or this is the reason they don't want the team ratings to come out. Because, yeah,
very
teams,
true. Very true.
No, I don't want to go here. They don't feed us. They don't take care of our family. The weight room sucks. And people are making life decisions on where they uproot and take their family. And it's just like everything else. When we go look for a job, hey, tell me about this company, the good and the bad. I want to know. I want to research. Hey, what are y'all in the news for? So absolutely. I actually appreciate that for athletes. I think that's very important for them in their career management going forward.
Definitely.
And treat people right. You got
that's what I was about to. We've been potting too long. I literally was gonna be like, definitely just treat people right. Yeah. And then I was gonna move on. So
and now all these minorities got voices, baby.
Oh man. There's a political joke there. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. I'm going to go get a brew. And we have some NCAA basketball update, men's and women's tournament, as well as then we'll do the WNBA. We'll take it either a break after WNBA or after Hawks Talk. I might have to do WNBA because Hawks Talk going to be long. NBA is not going to be that long. We'll figure it out. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe.
Fair enough. I was thinking maybe after college basketball, we take a break and then we do the pros, we do the women's and the Hawks.
I'm down with that. I'm
Okay.
down with that.
So with that being
Perfect.
said, yeah, I'm gonna start. Yeah, I'll have the
What's up,
celebratory
folks?
shot with Reggie during the once we start talking about them Hawks, man. Y'all know I'm gonna get hot and passionate. But until then, I said it. I said it. And I
Oh
mean
man.
it. We shall return briefly. Until then, like, follow, subscribe, grab you a drink, and we'll be right back.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our basketball segment, part one of episode 226 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. We are here. We are going to talk about college basketball. It is the time when we care about college basketball
For the 2 episodes a week here.
men's and also women's.
No,
But
women's we care about.
Before we get there, North Carolina makes a surprise hire. Remember last week we talked about Hubert Davis being fired. North Carolina hires, well, actually, you're the basketball guy. Go ahead, brother.
This was not something that I would have ever seen. And what I mean by that is Mike Malone is going to be the new head coach for the University of North Carolina Tar Heels. I thought that this was potentially a golden job. I was very concerned about losing our head coach. I also thought that Billy Donovan, especially on the heels of the news that we got today, and I'm not sure if Billy didn't play with his food too long here. But Michael Malone is a very interesting coach for me because he is spirited, he is fiery, he's been successful. He won a championship with the Denver Nuggets. And for him to go to UNC, I could see how this could be good. I could see how this could be really bad. I mean, UNC, you got two of them. You got Mike Malone and Bill Belichick. You have at least checked off the name boxes over there. You've gotten big names in the building. It is now, can they be successful?
So it's surprising because Mike Malone, I just looked up his resume real quick, and I was right. He hadn't coached as the collegiate level since 2001 when he was an assistant at Manhattan. So you and I do get, you get all the pro experience, and part of it is basically basketball and collegiate sports is moving towards a pro format anyway,
Correct.
right? So if it's moving to a pro format anyway,
You
why
go
not
get
get
you
a
a pro
pro
coach.
coach? There's also the personal tie. His daughter plays for the volleyball team, so he's motivated to go there and play and coach. I mean, I'm sorry, not play, but also coach. So, but on a UNC side, I don't understand it, to be honest. I don't understand
Trying. They are trying.
this 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 hire. This is almost the Bill Belichick of basketball. It's almost the same thing.
Absolutely, it is. That's the reason
I
that it's so. But I'm saying, if you're the athletic director for the University of UNC, and you say, hey, in 2 years I'm gonna have Bill Belichick and Mike Malone, they're gonna say you did your job.
They're gonna say you gave effort. I mean, those are names. Yeah, you'll have. I don't think Mike Malone moves the name needle outside of
NBA champion Mike Malone.
not from a maybe amongst older alumni, not amongst the younger fan base. Nor I would have thought that they would have gotten somebody younger, and this may be a placeholder. We don't know, but I would have thought they would have gone with somebody younger
I
for
think that
sure.
that's a very expensive placeholder. Mike Malone ain't gonna be cheap. You don't get to be an NBA champion and then that agent ain't cheap, ain't even in the conversation. And this comes with a lot of control, and I'm sure his weight of gold in benefits and perks. So yeah, you're gonna have to pay through the nose. Because he could have very well got one of these NBA jobs. Pelicans,
Yeah,
Magic. You gotta give him enough to where he says, nah, I don't want to go do that.
I
And
don't
he's
know. I
been
mean,
successful.
yeah, I this was the quietest, quickest coaching turnaround that I've seen in a long time in any collegiate sport. They got a new coach within a week, which means they've been looking at new coaches for a while. They have been talking to Mike Malone for a minute. He didn't just pop up a week ago, which means Hubert Davis was a dead man walking anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it's been uncomfortable there for long enough. I think that once again, sports is different than I ain't gonna say everywhere else. Shit. Sometimes the best thing that can happen to you is get fired. And especially from one of these places where there's no hope, there's a ton of expectation, and you can't do it. Getting out of the way, get that stench off you, go somewhere else and do something else and start over. It should
Yeah,
be interesting. I mean, Mike Malone got all the contacts in the world. He's gonna be able to, like, he's a charismatic guy. He's gonna be able to go into these people and talk to these parents. And I mean, ultimately, being an NBA coach now, just like Don
you
said,
think so?
huh? Yeah.
You think so? He ain't coached collegiately in 25 years. You think he'll be able to recruit?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's different. I think recruiting is different.
After what Dawn said, she said, when I go in one of the first few conversations, we talk about money. So what's the difference between this and the NBA? What's it going to cost for you to get here?
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Well, I mean, once we start with negotiating salary from the beginning, yes, this is the pros anyway. The only difference is the damn game format, which I wish they would fix. That they probably never fix.
Nah.
But outside of that, yeah. What are we
So,
doing?
shout out to Mike Malone. I don't want to rant on the parade. Hey man, I'm happy. I think he deserved another chance of coaching anyway. I think, you know, you ran its course in Denver, but you achieved the mountaintop, and I don't think you worked hard to get there too. So I don't think it should have been over. So shout out to him.
I think that there are at least 4 coaches, at least 4 teams in the NBA who missed an opportunity. To be, if you want me to be completely honest,
Assuming that he would have taken the job.
I mean,
You never know.
You have to ask yourself, if you're an NBA player, if you're an NBA team, is this job not more attractive than the university, than UNC?
You already said before he's not cheap. So I mean, depends on how much money they paid him. What Todd Golden just get paid? $16 million buyout? Ain't that it?
Yeah. That's the buyout.
Yeah. I mean, he in pro money now. He in pro money now.
Let's see if
less rules, less regulation.
UNC's high risk hire of Mark Malone shows that blue blood jobs have lost some allure. It's just that expectation that you got to come in and win and continue to win.
$6.75 million a year. Yeah,
I don't have the information on the UNC thing. Eventually they got to release it. He's a state employee, but until they do, and I don't know,
to an agreement.
Yeah, it's still not official either. That's the reason that it says they intend to hire him. So, I mean, you know how these things get. It could get right down to the end and then fall apart. So, stay tuned. Stand by and stay tuned.
Yep. Quinn Snyder, for a reference, makes $8 million a year. Todd Golden makes 6.75. So you would assume that he's going to fall somewhere in between there.
Could fire Quinn Snyder if it was up to me, but it ain't.
Moving on to the tourney. The national championship game is tonight. Let's see what the score is.
Right now, it's about 5 minutes left in the game. Michigan is up by, I think, 8 points. I'm trying to watch Ampod at the same time. But
Michigan is up by 9.
And been in control the whole game.
That's right. They play halves. Yep. Michigan has been wire to wire, I think, the best team in the nation. Wire to wire. So they're beating UConn.
They beat everybody else by double digits. It's 9 is a fighting chance right now.
And you can never count UConn out. So how we got here, I'm gonna do Michigan or UConn first.
Bam.
Michigan dominated Arizona. Remember, Arizona was the number 1, number 2 team all year too, right on their coattails, and they were in a collision course. And Michigan absolutely blows them away, 91-73, and it was like that the whole game. It really wasn't close.
Michigan looked like Michigan, and Arizona we didn't have the capacity, bro. We doing the best we can, and we cannot do what they're doing. How about that?
Yeah. And cool moment, man. First off, shout out to the coach for Michigan. Had his players to practice for the depth perception of playing in, the national championship game in a football stadium. He practiced in the middle of the big house, and that's how they would shoot so that they could understand depth perception. And they did not have a problem shooting on Arizona. So that was pretty dope.
I hate this. I hate raised floor basketball. I hate everything about this. Because
you said
everything.
Yeah.
Everything about this is terrible, because if I'm used to playing in basketball gyms and you play basketball in basketball gyms, then you get here and the floor is 5 feet down here. The depth perception is off. I don't think that people quite understand how much more difficult that makes the shot.
Mm-hmm.
And you're now taking away from your product just for more seats. And I get everything is for sale all the time, but damn, at what point do you care about the product? And a lot of teams have struggled just because you don't always have a big ass place to practice this type of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, but it was smart by the coach to take advantage of it. And then they had the cool moment with the Fab Five too, being able to come back. It's been a long time since they've been together. They came back and did a simulcast and were able to talk about it. And it was some good highlights. Chris Webber, of course, Chris Webber, Jalen, all have the charisma to run uh, uh, a live stream of the game. But it was pretty dope seeing all five of them, especially for the millennials. We love that.
Number one, a couple things for me. Anytime that Michigan plays in the gold, they should have to wear the black socks. I think that should go without question. Also, it
Black
is good
socks,
to
black shoes.
yeah, it's good to see all five of the Fab Five together and getting along. I'm happy. It took probably too long, but better late than never. And also, I want to see more of these type of things in the future. Can we get Grant Hill and Christian Laettner together? I was sitting down thinking, I think that this is something that every sport should be trying to find a way to, hey, and this is a way to get people to be interested. This is a way for home fan bases to be interested about, oh man, let's have a Braves simulcast. Get all the guys who won the World Series together. I would 1000% want to, because you get a chance to update all the guys who you haven't seen in forever. You get a chance to celebrate those guys. Once again, stuff like that. You're going to sell some more jerseys, and it's something interesting. People put out the same product every year, year after year after year. Give us something different. Damn, we the consumer.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. You definitely could see more of that. I would definitely tune in. UConn made it to the national championship game by defeating Illinois in a much more I wouldn't say more, much less exciting finish, as they went by 9 as they had to get there to the Final Four. They beat Illinois. UConn is just a very well coached team.
Yep.
And
the Eastern Bloc 5 finally go down. I think that this is
they fought though.
Yeah, they played tough. I think that in sports, you're gonna have to, especially in college sports, you're gonna have to find new and creative ways to put together good teams. I think that also getting more experienced guys, especially from overseas, that's going to be now that you got the guys back into college because they can make money. Now you're going to have to find little ways to be more competitive if you're not one of those teams that's just looking to put in your one and dones and make sure they make $1 trillion like Calipari and Duke. But if you're actually trying to win a championship, this is an avenue to get good players and have them play in your system for 2 or 3 years and come in ready to play.
Yeah, for sure. So shout out to them. Now they both made it to the national championship game. Again, it's about 100 seconds left. Michigan is up 9, so it looks like Michigan
it's over.
Is going to win the national championship. So congratulations to them. If they come back and win, I'm gonna edit this out. If UConn comes back and win, I'll just edit this out. It is what it is.
And it's crazy because Juwan Howard was just coaching that team.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Hate it had to be him, but yeah, that was.
Hey man, so, as we know as Hawks fans, sometimes you gotta move on.
Right.
Got to move on. So now we will move on to the women's basketball. There was so many fireworks. We had Hannah Hidalgo won Defensive Player of the Year as a freshman for Notre Dame.
She finna run that money.
She is a beast.
Run it up.
And Notre Dame saw what they got because they lost. I can't think of her, TCU with the glasses. She was with Notre Dame last year.
Get all of that money. Get all of that good Catholic money. Make them pay you in large bills. Put it right in there. I want all of it. get all the money because they got it. And they probably don't have to disclose it like everybody else because they're a private Christian institution. Rob them blind.
And then so shout out to her. They ended up, of course, we covered them last week. They lost to UConn, even though she said she wants to play them again.
I don't know about all of that now.
Speaking of UConn, so South Carolina versus UCLA, how we got here. South Carolina upset UConn 62-48. And unironically, unfortunately, the game took a back seat to the frustration between Gino, the mess. That's the word. The mess between Gino and Dawn. But keeping it on the game before we move on to that, South Carolina basically walled off UConn and said, y'all gonna have to beat us outside the paint. And that's tough to do when your best player is a post player. So Dawn played really well.
And Dawn said she'll beat Gino's ass. I will beat Gino's ass. And then commenced to beating Gino's ass. And for y'all who didn't know, this is where it got ultra spicy at the end of the game. There have been about a million different stories. Apparently, at first it was they didn't shake hands. And then, of course, there's a picture of them shaking hands. Then there's a video where Gino's standing there waiting on Dawn, I guess, to do whatever she got to do. But we don't really know what it is. I don't think many of us believe that there is anything there other than Gino got his ass whooped and he was a sore loser. I want to say this first. Gino, one of the greatest women's basketball coaches of all time, if not the greatest.
I'm about to say the.
Yeah. But at the same time, just because of your accomplishments don't give you the ability to just be a dickhead. And I think in this case, it was very Dawn. I think if I remember correctly, they beat Dawn last year. Very gracious loser. He was very, and he was skinning and grinning last year. And now this year, suddenly you fiery. Number one, it's weird to be yelling at a woman like that. Number two, like if you win the same way that you lose with grace and class. And I say it in the group, Dawn is probably the worst person to have to compete with because she's so beloved. She's so nice and likable. And she's so damn good. But you got to take that. You got to take that.
Yeah, so little context. Gino said that Dawn did not shake his hand at the beginning of the game. Then it came out that social media showed that she shook everybody's hand on the coaching staff. He then later clarified and said, we're supposed to stand there and take pictures, and I waited there for 3 minutes while she talked to her team. So that's allegedly where it came from. And then his player got a torn jersey and that they were playing too tough when it showed that the player tore his own jersey. It was classless. I was surprised, but then this is what happens in the social media era when you do something wild out of pocket. People start pulling receipts.
Yeah.
And folks have started coming out and saying, like, look, this isn't, if you've been following women's basketball for 30 years, this goes back to Pat Summit.
Yeah.
This goes back, they interviewed Candace Parker, whose whole career is over. She's a full-time.
No. That part, Candace Parker ain't never liked him. And remember, he was the coach of USA women's basketball, and she was a big part of that. They've always, and now that part, I think the Candace Parker is just, I mean, it's her and Pat Summit against the world. So once you if you gonna go against my mentor, the person who made me who I am, then it's fuck you forever, brother. And
and she kept it. It's always up with her and him.
Right.
She just they don't ask her anymore.
Yeah. And, but even with her, I did appreciate in the little interview she did, she said, hey man, if I have to cover the game, I can separate my dislike for a human and do my job. And I think that's what Dawn That's what Dawn did. And you could tell even after when she was speaking to Gino's assistants, she kept saying, I wouldn't do no shit like that. And she basically saying, no matter what, my integrity is never going to change. And I truly respect those type of people. And to still, I mean, because at the end of the day, let's be real here. Number one, they're all black women for the most part, except for Gino. And I mean, those ladies know who Dawn is. You're not gonna get out of pocket just because just because Gino is your coach. At the end of the day, you gotta respect that lady for who she is too. And I'm sure they're friends outside of this. But yeah, Gino, this is just one that you need to take on your nose. Do better. That apology was trash. And if you had the balls to say what you said, then say it in an apology. Don't chat GPT me no apology and let the school put it out. Nah, say it with your chest.
No, he ain't chat GPT no apology to me. I feel like he apologized the same way, and he feels he doubled down on his stance with the apology. He apologized to everybody except for Dawn. He taught, and I think he did that specifically. I think he does feel some type of way. And at that point, dog, it really should just move on and just let it go. I just hate that it took away from South Carolina truly upsetting the number 1 or 2 team in the country, as they are the number 3. I get it, but you know what I mean? Like, that was a revenge game.
It even took away from after South Carolina, loses. They still asking questions about that instead of letting UCLA celebrate their championship. It's more question about, what happened between y'all two. And I appreciate Dawn being just consummate class. I'm like, it's not the time for that. This is these people's moment. I'm not going to get in here and discuss mess during their championship. And that to me shows what type of person she is. Because there are a lot of people who would have took that moment and made it into a bigger moment than it needed to be. And I think that's the reason that so many people like her. And I think that's the reason that it's got to be tough to be her opponent, because she's going to take the high road and she's going to kick your ass. Now you have to sit here on the low road and take a L. That's a very bad place to be.
Speaking of taking L's, UCLA did show composure against Texas. That's how they got there in the Final Four. They beat Texas, who had beaten South Carolina. UCLA's 36-1, 37-1 coming into the game. And folks were talking about the Gino, South Carolina, and Dawn and all of that stuff. And I was like, hey, UCLA is tall. Like, they have like a 6 foot. They like South Carolina a few years ago when they won the national championship with Cardoza. Like, she was 6'8". Like, they got it. They got somebody just like that in Lauren Betts. So they ended up winning, and I turned this game on, and it was good for 2 minutes. And UCLA thoroughly dominated them, man. UCLA had too much length. Pause. Lauren Betts again, 6'7", 14 and 11. Jaime Jaquez's little sister, didn't even know she played for UCLA. 21, 10 and 5.
That's where he played too.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I didn't know he had a sister. And then they were up by as many as 30. And South Carolina just could not get it going. Everybody, it's tough for Raven, because that's a terrible way to end your season, end your career out South Carolina. But hey, man, she was 1 of 3 for 3.0 assists.
Right.
But hey, man, not many people accomplished what South Carolina has.
And right. You done had a good run of it. You can't win all of them. And this time you played against a team that was, I mean, honestly, USC and UConn, y'all just playing to get your ass whooped anyway. So congratulations to all parties involved. Neither one of y'all, I think, neither one of y'all really stood a chance, to be completely honest.
Looking at this, they blew through South Carolina. But South Carolina, you just don't, when you don't have the size, bro, you just don't have the size.
And that is kind of historically been the thing that South Carolina does lack, is they play a lot of 5 guard, 4 guard, but just having really tall players ain't always been their thing. And same thing I say about men's basketball in the NBA. hey, it's tough with smaller players in this era because the bigger players they have the same level of skill.
I mean, South Carolina. I mean, I guess the 6'7" player is not common. Lauren Betts ain't common.
Right.
I mean, they've had Cardoza, they've had Asia, they've had old girl in Indiana. They've had a run on forwards and centers. They just 6'7".
Yeah.
They 6'7" is 6'7".
Aaliyah Boston.
Aaliyah Boston. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, but still, like,
now it has fallen off. This is a very good case study. Is South Carolina basketball, the way they came up under Dawn is the same way that Georgia came up under Kirby, almost around the same time period, and they had immense success. And now NIL has kind of changed that a little bit.
Yeah, but
let's put that together.
The thing about those two is you got to give them some time in this. I think you got to give everybody a level set in NIL. But if there are two coaches who I think are really good at coaching and recruiting, it is Dawn and Kirby. And I don't know many people who can go talk to somebody and you feel any better.
Nope. But I'm sure they'll figure it out. Shout out to Don, because you know we love you in HBCU land, Don. You always show love to us over here. So, but with that being said, we're gonna take
HBCU land, NBA land. Nobody like that's. It's really tough to compete against a person that everybody loves, and there's not a soul that don't love them some Don Staley, including my mother. So it's rough. Got to beat them and be nice about it.
We'll be right back. Y'all give us a couple more minutes. I'm going to re-up, and I'm going to eat a piece of my cookies and cream Biscoff cookie butter cake. While we turn up.
Hey, no, what?
Yeah, no, that don't. That
that boy, I thought that boy had that Harry Potter.
I mean,
with that being said, we're gonna
got a couple days.
We're gonna take a small break. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna do some sipping. We're gonna talk about new arrivals in Atlanta. We're gonna talk about overall just where the status of Atlanta basketball is, and it's a good place for the first time in a long time. And I want to attribute a lot of that to the absence of King Joffrey. With that being said, we are out of here. We shall return.
That boy waited.
I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
We'll be right back. Y'all like, follow, subscribe.
Am I? I ain't wrong.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our basketball segment part two, final segment of episode 226 of Splashcast Monday Night Raw basketball segment part two. We're gonna talk about some WNBA and NBA news around the league, Hawks talk, all of that good stuff, man. We're gonna wrap it up into a real good conversation for y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Breathe, stretch, shake as Norwood gets ready to lead us through the basketball
All
conversation.
right, we are here. We are here. We are here. We are here. Thank you guys for being with us as we begin to talk this Atlanta basketball landscape. We're gonna start out because we got a blessing today. First of all, cheers to my boy Reg.
Happy
Salute.
birthday to
Yeah.
me.
Bow. And he turned 41. You know what that means. If we doing that this week, that means next week it'll be my turn. So we'll be right back at it, doing this all again. Y'all all invite.
Y'all know April is a drunk month for us. It's our birthday celebration of everything that you love, which is us. So,
So we got a blessing today. Payal. Surprise, surprise. Nobody expected it. But Angel Reese
surprise, surprise.
has been traded from the Chicago Sky to the Atlanta Dream. This, number one, the grades on this trade are terrible for the Chicago Sky. Number one, unfortunately, there are not always enough spots for first round picks to even play on these teams. So it's not guaranteed that they will get a player that they can actually keep. And we're going to get the best rebounder in the WNBA, a WNBA star. Thank you guys for this charity. And we also got a pick swap in the second round. This is a slam dunk for the Atlanta Dream, who now has Alicia Gray, Brittany Griner at the 5, which will put Angel Reese at the 4, Tahina Powell, Ryan Howard. This team is stacked now. We are now very much so looking to compete for a WNBA championship. Second part about this is Angel Reese is one of the most important stars in the league. So the jerseys have all sold out. I actually saw on her mother's Twitter, damn, y'all couldn't even save a medium for your girl, which I'm sure Angel has one hand delivered to your house. But overall, this is going to be way more eyes on Atlanta. I think they already talked about having
4 games at the State Farm Arena.
Yeah, I think it's 4 or 5 games at State Farm. They had already sold out the season seats for this year before the end of last season. Trust me, it's going to go faster next season. Once again, if you don't have a WNBA team, join the bandwagon. This is the place to be. It's going to be good. We're going to be good. And I think that Angel has probably hit the jackpot. You're going to take your ass to black ass Atlanta and they're going to love the shit out of you. And it's going to be great for the Dream. We're going to be way more visible. She's going to sell all them sneakers. I think this is a win all the way around. The only person who loses is Chicago Sky. Boy, this is terrible. Talk about worst case scenario. I don't. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I'll try to double dutch in there. We become one of the better defensive teams in the WNBA now. We got a little bit of attitude now. We have shooting, shot creation between Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray, cleanup crew between Griner. That's what I said. Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray. And the cleanup crew between Brittany Griner and Angel Reese. I was hesitant at first on the first 2-round draft picks, but I'm not gonna lie and say I'm more familiar with with NCAA women's basketball prospects than I am with men of this year. But I think, like I brought up, and I wanted to talk about Hidalgo earlier because she's just a freshman. So by the time she's available, probably in 2028, 2029, I mean, anything can happen. And this is definitely a win now move because Ryan Howard is quickly entering her prime if she wasn't in it already.
Right.
And now with the jersey sales and the money created, I expect for them to double the amount of games they play in State Farm if they can, because of course I know they make the schedule earlier, but I expect them to double. Um,
They'll
and
get it done.
request a trade. This kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know what the Chicago Sky's plan is, but there had been a lot of turbulence there over the past year anyway.
We
If
do
you
not
remember
care.
between them and the coaches and all of that,
We
they had
do
a bunch
not
of
care.
turbulence. And we was like, hey, if you want to come down here, you can. We said that. And lo and behold, Hidalgo is a freshman. She a
Yeah.
sophomore. Well, then we're not gonna get her. We're not gonna do that.
I mean, I don't think that we were going to be drafting in a position to get her in the first place. I think that after the team kind of took prematurely this year, it was like, okay, we're not going back there again, especially if you add two more teams, two more expansion teams, because you got the Toronto Tempo and I can't remember the other team. Jesus. But with that, we weren't going to be drafting that low in the first place. So yeah, Angel Reese is the answer. This is very interesting when we play Indiana. I think that you got the Indiana fans and you got the Atlanta fans, and you also have the fans of Angel, and you got the fans of Caitlin. And I think that both
Culture
cities are
clash,
going to
culture clash. Yep, we are
I
now
think that
rivals.
we're right. That is a new rivalry, and I think that I mean you got the Barbie playing for the dream. What else can you ask for? This is a slam
Yep.
dunk. Once again, Atlanta sports themselves are in a very good place. You got Ronald Acuna playing for the Braves, always an MVP candidate and an MVP winner. You have Bijan Robinson, who is going to be an MVP candidate for the Falcons. You got Angel Reese, who is probably the second most important WNBA basketball player right now. And then you got Jalen Johnson for the Atlanta Hawks, who is the March player of the month, playing his ass off. And questionable about that. A lot of people think that Nikhil Alexander Walker should have probably won this award.
Oh, you transfer. Yeah. Shout out to WNBA for new salary too. Yeah. So now we're gonna transition to the Hawks talk. Yeah, Jalen Johnson is player of the month. Nikhil Alexander Walker, in my opinion, is there. It's hard, but Jalen Johnson is, as we talk about, trophies, MVPs, all of those things, you tend to give it to the best player on the best team of whatever. So the Hawks were the best team in the league in March. I think we were 17-2. Jalen Johnson is the best team on the Hawks. So they gave it to Jalen Johnson. And it's not like he didn't deserve it. I mean, he's almost averaging a triple double. I think he's one of only 5 people to average what he's averaging in the history of the league. But
22,
I
8, and
do
8.
think that more than that. He's like 23, 10 and 8, something like
No,
that.
I'm talking about for the month of March.
Oh, yeah. And then it's Nikhil Alexander Walker, though. He is so concentrated. Like, with Jalen Johnson is mostly consistent. He may have a bad game every now and then, but he'll still give you 10 assists, 8 rebounds, or 10 whatever. Nikhil Alexander Walker will just give you 40 in 28 minutes. And you're like, damn, how did he even do that? So I do think that he deserved it, but
And
it's a good problem to have. You got both of them on your team. One
correct.
teammate deserved it, but the other one, after the last one, got it last year. Dyson got it last year. So
right. So you're looking at what we could potentially have, and I think we should have, is back-to-back most improved players between Dyson and Nikhil Alexander Walker. You have two guys who could both been player of the month in Jalen Johnson and Nikhil Alexander Walker. You have a guy who I think that people had kind of put out the pasture and given up on in CJ McCollum.
I don't think that, by the way. I think he was winning too much. That's why I traded him.
Yeah, but I don't. There's a difference in helping a bad team win more games than they're trying to win because they're not trying to win any games, versus a guy who could be good on a team that's good. And my point to that is a guy like Lauri Markkanen. Do I think that Lauri Markkanen when the Jazz had him last year, could he have helped them win more games? Sure. But do I think that Lauri Markkanen can be good on a good basketball team? That's yet to be determined for me. I think that CJ has proven that he could be a vital part of a good basketball team.
With the Hawks, he's proven that.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I guess he did it in the Blazers, but also I think Lauri hasn't been traded like CJ had been traded because CJ's contract is 1 year left. Lauri got them $50 billion or whatever he got on his contract. So
You're right.
but yeah, I agree. But shout out to Jalen. I don't want to bury the lead.
CJ has created a market where I don't think that the market was going to be nearly as robust.
Oh no, yeah, 100%. He's the number one player off the bench who then worked his way into the starting lineup, and the team has now won 17 of 19 games, 18 of 21 now after this week. So shout out to you, CJ.
Yeah. Also,
shout out to you, Jalen. My bad.
Yeah. Also, Quinn wins Coach of the Month. Mixed reviews on that. But nope, not going to do that. You win Coach of the Month. Congratulations. You have done a good job of winning games that we're supposed to win. And I know for some people that they want to poo-poo that. If you've been an Atlanta Hawks fan for any amount of time, one of the things that we struggle with is winning the games we were supposed to win. And I feel like for the first time in a long time, you can go into games and say, hey, this team sucks. We're going to beat them. We have also seen back in the day where we would just let Tom Saturansky, Malachi Flynn, Ish Smith. We've gotten torched by a lot of guys who suck. So I don't want to take that for granted. We've been down too long to not respect the wins that matter. Of course, I think that Quinn leaves a lot to be desired at the coaching position, but he coached his ass off, and he's put us at least in a position. Even with the loss today, the Knicks are supposed to be better than us. The Knicks were a fingertip away from overtime with the Atlanta Hawks in the middle of a playoff fight. And I don't think that you're going to get that lucky that many more times, Knicks. I want to be 1,000% clear with you. Congratulations to Quinn. I feel that this little stint that he's done is at least probably signed him up for at least 2 more years because this is the last year of his contract. So there will be an extension, and I'm interested to see where it goes. I think that you gotta honestly, you have to get him some height that's undeniable because Quinn will focus on offense instead and not worry about defense. So you got to do that for him.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Quinn, man. 17-2 in the month, and you are the best team, and your offense is the number one offense, and your defense is the number one defense, and you have an MVP discussion guy. I'm not gonna say he's a true candidate, but Jalen Johnson is in the MVP race at like 5. You have 2 most improved players. Some of the things that we've talked about with Quinn for the reasons that he was hired was for development. And literally every player that we brought on this team has developed. Dyson Daniels who was shooting 18% from 3 now before is now in the last like 3 games shooting like 45%. So, Okongwu has gotten better. Just he's really good at player development. He's really good at offense. He's gotten all of our players. I think now that we've seen the fruits of the labor of the offense and seeing so much come back and on this winning streak that we've had, I think the most important thing about it with Quinn is that it showed that it can work. That if you just pass the ball and you run good plays, and then you also have Nickeil Alexander-Walker going crazy, but we have so many players that it can work that, yeah, everybody's bought in. And I think it's a good point. I don't hope that this is a one-time thing, but I think that this is something that everybody's bought into. And I had so many good things to say about him, even after all of this, I said, but his reluctance to play matchup basketball
It's frustrating.
is sometimes his downfall. And I understand what he wants to do because it worked. Coach of the month. You can play a 7-footer all you want to. 7'3", 7'5", it don't matter. We're gonna run you out the gym. And we did it. Now I'm not gonna say the competition was the greatest at the very beginning,
We
but
didn't have
everybody else that we played, if you had a big person, if they not in shape, it's not gonna work. And it worked for the most part. But when it doesn't, and you have a slow grind game like today with the Knicks, the fact that he refuses to play matchup basketball, have matchup rotations, and allow, if there's anything I would say is he allows the 17-3 runs, the 19-2s, the
right.
21-4s. Like at some point, you got to start using them timeouts, dog.
You can't take them with you.
But
and I don't think that we've played bigs this good minus Jalen Duren, which I told y'all when it happened. That was poor coaching by the Pistons. You didn't win that game. You just out stupided. If they would have went to Duren in the way that they should have, Jock Landale, especially after Okongwu had been fouled out, they would have beat us that game. And Mitchell Robinson's just bigger. Now, I want to give Quinn some credit. We average 118 points a game with no Trae Young. That's impressive. And I want to be very clear, when he came into this season, the game plan was built around Trae Young and Kristaps Porzingis. To be able to have the continuity, to have the creativity, to fix the offense on the fly is impressive as hell. When it comes to assists,
I disagree with that too. I don't think it was on the fly. I think they knew they were getting ready to both of them too.
we lead the NBA in assists. And this is one of the things that people really thought was going to be the death of us is, how are you going to lose a guy who averages 12 assists a game for basically his entire career? We pass the ball better now. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is going to end up top 5 in threes for the season. I don't think that anybody foresaw that.
No.
So for him to keep this thing going with the changes that we made, even if you maybe knew that Kristaps was going to get out of there, and I don't think you knew going into it that Trae was leaving in the manner that we thought that.
The manner is a different thing from not knowing he leaving. You knew Trae was out. They didn't give him an extension. You knew he was out of there.
Yeah, but I thought it was probably more of a end of the season. We only had Trae.
You thought he was tied with Quinn, is what you really thought.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought we were gonna get more than 10 games out of Trae and 10 games out of KP.
With the way that Quinn seems that he wants to run his offense, I don't think it was ever going to work. And but I think they realized that. I think Ansi realized that early, and I do think that Ansi, the moves that Ansi's made, shows that he and Quinn are kind of in lockstep. Like Quinn says, I need this type of player. Give me CJ. Maybe I think he may have with Kispert, but Kispert, I need shooting. Get me the players. I think Kuminga fell in their lap, but he was like, I can use Kuminga, and I think they're working together. So that does lend to the fact that he's going to get a new contract, but it does lend to, I think that you said that Ansi needs to get him some height. I think that they plan on going into the offseason to address that. They've addressed everything else.
Isaiah Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson, somebody else that I'm interested in, but those two are at the top of my list as far as bigs who I think are a happy medium where they can still defend and at the same time kind of play in the mold that Quinn wants, especially Mitchell Robinson. Hey, come on down here to Atlanta. We'll probably draft a center too. Potentially Adara from Michigan. And yeah, you'll play center. You'll play backup center when you can. We don't expect you to play 80-some games. If you can play once again, Kristaps Porzingis, you get us 60 games, 55, 60 games. We'll do the rest of it with Okongwu and the third center. whoever that might be, potentially Jock Londale, and we'll be perfectly fine with that. Honestly, we just need you to be big.
I don't agree with that either. Jock Londale can go too.
I agree. I agree as a second center. Jock Londale as a third center is perfectly fine. Most teams don't have a center as their third center as good as Jock Londale. He just don't need to be the backup. And Quinn, play Christian Coloco. I don't know why you hate him, but you should play him. Now let's get into a couple of these games. Oh, hold on. First, we're going to do this. We also signed Tony Bradley. He has been basically an NBA journeyman. He's been with the Skyhawks for a little bit. He's familiar with the program. That's the reason we signed him. Jock Londale is going to be out for at least the rest of the regular season. So they got a guy who they're familiar with. I don't think that he should have played for them 4 minutes a day. He looked bad. I know that he probably looked better in another stint, but we should have went to the guy who's been with the team the whole time, Christian Coloco. I think this is just a poor decision.
And what other stint? He got 4 more games, dog.
Nah, somebody going. No. Somebody
another stint with another team. Oh,
no,
I thought you meant another in the game.
No. I think that we got to have 15 guys to go into the playoffs. And I'm not sure if Londale is going to be there. I think the Coloco is better than everybody, but if he ain't going to play him, then it don't matter too much. That's kind of the issue.
Yeah.
I think that Coloco has settles our team in a different way, and him just being tall and being able to be in the paint, I think he's great. But if the coach ain't going to play him, then shit, we damned.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, we did beat Orlando 130 to 101. We beat the hell out of Orlando. We beat the heart and soul out of Orlando. They are a team that is in our division. They are a rival of ours. Orlando is a team that we expected to be one of the top 4 teams in the East. They are not. Actually, let me look at the standings real quick, and I'll tell you exactly where they are.
8th.
They are currently 9th.
Mm-hmm.
9th. So, and this is a bitter rival of ours. We don't like them. They don't like us. It's very well known. During the end of the game, Goga Batase, soft ass, basically just grabbed Jock Londale around the neck and just slung him down. And that's the reason that Jock is out for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, man, this game was one of 2 blowouts before we played New York. Hawks shot 51% from the field, dog, 41% from 3. The game was the Magic. I think they tied us into the first timeout, and then it was over with after that. We had 15 steals in the game, out-rebounded and hustled the Magic 51-37. Nikhil 32 points on 16 shots. He got pissed.
47-point second quarter.
He came back in the second quarter, and he had 17. He got 2 early fouls against Bane, and if y'all know we don't like Desmond Bane, and Desmond Bane don't like us, and it's always been chippy. I think Okongwu threw the ball at him. It's always been chippy, and we played them, and Bane says Bane hit a 3. That's when I text you. Bane hit a 3
and
hit him with the 3 fingers gun, and Nikhil Alexander-Walker got a foul after he got baited, and he got pissed. He came back in and scored 17 in the third and was talking. The whole Hawks team was talking big trash in the second quarter. Funny thing about the second quarter, I went to give the girls a bath. It started and I was like,
came back to a bloodbath,
bro. I was like, bro, what happened? I texted like, what happened? Came back, we was up 27. I said
everything. He got hot, and Orlando doesn't have a lot of shooting. There's something there. They look miserable all the time. Like I've been saying for weeks, nobody is more currently miserable playing basketball than the Orlando Magic and the Miami Heat. They hate everything about it. They hate each other. I think they hate themselves. It is a rock fight. It's not fun. And then when you play a team like us, who is rolling, a team that's ahead of you, and kind of
in your division.
exceeding expectations, it's going to make you sick. And there was nothing you could do. Kaminga had 12 points. Londale had 8. Caleb Houston came in at the very end of the game and just right in the vein. I'm gonna make 3 threes,
Former Orlando Magic, Caleb Houston.
and you could tell he was just, hey, fuck you guys, and I appreciate it. Orlando got some soul searching to do. Sneaky, I'm sorry to have to tell you that. I don't know what really to say about your boys at this point. I think Jamal
What you mean?
Mosley. I think Jamal Mosley is out of there. I don't think it's his fault, but I don't think that he can save that place either. So he's out of there. Anthony Black being hurt really hurt them. He's their version of Dyson Daniels, which is a guard with forward size, so you can kind of match up a little bit better.
It's
I don't
unfortunate for Orlando. Oh, go ahead.
I don't know what happens between Franz and Paolo. I can't imagine that you get rid of Paolo just because he seems so valuable. But I don't. I mean, yeah, seems so valuable. But I mean, y'all are in 8th place in the East with no Jason Tatum for the vast majority of the season, and no Tyrese Halliburton.
Well, I mean, the friction started when they called each other out during the season right before the All-Star break. And I told y'all, I said, hey man, this team doesn't look like they like their coach, and their coach doesn't like them. And they've paid Paolo $50 million a year. So that means you are out of here as a head coach. Whether you believe it's his fault or not, the team has quit on you. The team quit, even though they won today. The team quit when you gave a 31-0 run. You quit. The game they played against against the Hawks, they quit. There's no fight in this team. You have to purge. Addressing what you said about Franz, you said a lot. With Franz, if you trade Franz, you're gonna trade Mo. You're not gonna keep. I mean, that's just something that you got to go. I'm not saying he's not tradable, but they're gonna have to get some shooting. You probably got to trade Suggs. Like, you're gonna have to kind of rebuild that team, and you may fall into the fell clutch of trying to rebuild around Paolo, and it just ain't working.
I think Suggs is a fixture. If you wanted to move him, it'll be a big market for that guy.
Yeah. I think that they got to move him.
I think that's really the issue. Is two transactions I will tell y'all, and I'm sure if y'all listen to the pod, y'all heard this a million times. The Bane overpay is kicking Orlando's ass. And it ain't even really start kicking their ass yet because they still have to wait for all these picks. Same thing with the Knicks overpaying for Bridges. You got to maintain. You can't just give away 4 picks unless this guy is going to be a phenom. And I don't think in either case they traded for a guy who could even become close to a phenom. So you just gave away all your young, cheap assets for not an older guy, but a guy who just his ceiling is not that high. Desmond Bane is good, but I mean, he'll be lucky to be an all-star again. Can't trade 4 picks for a guy who's a fringe all-star at best. Because he ain't a lock.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's unfortunate Orlando got hurt because he actually had been playing pretty well, even though he has so many limitations. But again, shout out to the Hawks, man. They beat the hell out of the Magic. And then I think we played after that.
Yeah, the Nets, and beat the hell out of them too. CJ McCollum, 25.7 assists. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Jalen Johnson, 18, 11, and 5. I love that you can't, and I can talk about it more now that I was right. Having a team where you spread out the assets. When we had Trey, we could get beat by just trapping Trey. You trap trade in the half court, we were smoked 98% of the time. We couldn't beat the press. It went to hell every time. Now we've watched Jalen Johnson basically not have the best month of his season and win player of the month, Eastern Conference player of the month. That's crazy. And in return, you've got an opportunity to watch CJ and Nikhil Alexander Walker show y'all, hey man, on the days that Jalen don't got it, don't worry about it. We do. And they have been very consistent. Okongwu has consistently played his ass off. And I think that we're in a good space going into the playoffs. I think we're in a great space going into the draft.
The Nets game was never close. We jumped out to a 10-0 lead. They called timeout, and Jalen Johnson and CJ just paced us to like a 15, 20-point lead at half. I'm sorry, 18-point lead at halftime, 28-point lead going into the third or fourth, going into the fourth or something like that.
Nets got a future, though. They definitely got a future.
And they didn't play everybody. And I get it because they're tanking. We had 7 players in double figures. It is what it is. This game was, if you're a Hawks fan, it was as entertaining as can be because you saw what everything could do. I do like that we were locked in from the beginning. Like, that's the stuff that I think got Quinn Coach of the Month, is that we were winning games we're supposed to, and we weren't really playing with our food a lot, except for the Sacramento game. But then Sacramento went out and beat the Raptors like the next
Sacramento
game.
is a tricky team because if they got 4 guys who can beat you kind of individually.
And they did.
Right.
They beat the Raptors
and
individually.
When DeMar get that shit going, like, he can't do it all the time, but he's another guy who could be another CJ McCollum after this big contract, because he just, what he's got is he's a hooper. And I think it was Jamal Crawford was talking about that. Like, yeah, you need all the rest of these guys who are good at different roles, but you also need a guy who is just a hooper on your team. And CJ is our hooper, and DeMar DeRozan is going to be forever a hooper. Just give him the ball
forever,
and he going to score. He going to get you into foul trouble, and ain't nothing you can really do but respect the man and say, hey, man, I hope we can beat you as a team. He ain't no slouch.
Yeah. So, I mean, this up until today with the Knicks, this has been it was a great March. I do want to say our defense, as I said, was number 1 before. That has been the key to our success. Gabe Vincent, his 3 is starting to come around a little bit. It's not the 35, 36% that he once was, but he's into the 30s now. And his defense is
point of attack defense
is really good, except for, of course, when you play like the ballerina, aka Jalen Brunson, the way that he dances in the lane. It's everybody else. He's been playing really, really well. He's been a settling veteran presence on our team. And then, like, of course,
and that's a guy you got playing up. You really, ideally, Gabe is supposed to be your point guard 3, not your point guard 2. Now, I think that if I'm Houston, I'm highly interested in a guy like Gabe Vincent, because he ain't going to be expensive, and he might not need to play every night, but when he plays for them 15 to 20 minutes, he can facilitate an offense. If you don't want to make him the main facilitator, if he's open, he'll hit the 3, and he's going to play very good point of attack defense. Gabe Vincent has made some money after going to LA and getting the Russell Westbrook treatment.
Yeah. And, Okongwu is out of his slump a little bit. He kind of went back into it today against the Knicks, but then he shot his way out. Kuminga has played better. He's embraced him, and Ricochet are becoming a really, really good duo off the bench. And that leads me to what I was going to say before Quinn shit the bed today with the rotations was Quinn has kind of figured out on our bench that if I play Z, Kuminga, and Mo, I can rotate out everybody else.
Yep.
When we need rest. So he'll play, especially that Nikhil Alexander Walker at the 1 with Mo either at the 4, with Mo at the 5, and they put Jalen in, or they kind of move everything around, but they keep those 3 players on, and it gives everybody rest.
Because they're so
That
active.
has been in a nuisance for our opponents on defense, and we've been able to allow Nikhil Alexander Walker to just cook. With that, Kuminga is more of trying to be a downhill player, and Zachary's catch and shoot, Mo's catch and shoot, and then whoever else, Landale or whoever is at center, is pretty good. And Nikhil Alexander Walker in the second quarter has been, even today, the second quarter is his quarter. Quinn is like, look, go, you got it. So shout out to Quinn for that.
That's the one thing, 2 things. I think you nailed that. First part is he should just be playing Coloco in those Jock Landale minutes, because that stops all of that. Number one. The second part is if you give Nikhil Alexander Walker 4 minutes and the ball, he is about as dangerous as anybody in the NBA as far as I'm concerned. Mm-hmm. Just 4 minutes and say, hey, go for it.
He's amazing.
He can, whoever you got, and I know that the rest of y'all don't watch nearly as much Hawks basketball as me and Reggie and Kevin do. But let me tell you, when Nikhil get to going, you can see, him and SGA. I understand how they grew up together playing basketball. And everything that you believe about SGA, he hit one today off the very top of the backboard. And I think that's the first time, because when people watch him play, you're like, oh shit, he got a full bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that he's had the opportunity to do that because, number one, nobody's looking because you're playing next to Anthony Edwards. I'm sorry. And before that, you just weren't getting enough. You weren't getting enough.
New Orleans, Utah.
You was just tertiary player. Now it's like, nah, go out there, and the star of this team is very unselfish. Jalen being unselfish really allows everybody to star in their role, and nobody's like, oh, I don't get enough touches. No, go ahead.
Yeah, shout out to Ansi. You got the right pieces. Jalen Dyson don't want no touches. Okobu wants to be the shooter. The only thing you had to kind of figure out was Ricochet and getting him to buy into being Ricochet, and CJ becoming an effective point guard. I'm gonna say it. He has become an effective point guard. He's hitting wraparound passes from the paint to the 3-point line.
It also helps when you basically have 4-point guards on the floor for the majority of the game. Dyson is a point guard. Nikhil Alexander Walker is a point guard in the pinch. CJ is a combo guard. And Jalen is a point forward. Well, everybody can pass the ball. There's nobody. Fuck it. Nobody got to shoot 20 times every night. I got to shoot more shots than everybody else. And that's what it looks like. If it's your night,
I just got a work email sound notification at 12
No.
I was like,
I was asleep. I didn't see that till the morning. But when you play this type of basketball where everybody just does their job and nobody has to shoot all the shots, it makes it damn. I know people get frustrated. We play intense defense, so it's like, damn, here they go again. Then you get on offense. All right, so what you gonna do? You gonna double Jalen? All right, cool. I dare you to let Nikhil Alexander Walker get all the shots he wants. He's finna make somebody want to quit tonight.
And even Dyson, and look, I said, hey, you can't have another Houston game. You can't do it. I was hot, 38 hot. I was cussing everybody out. He's been aggressive since then. He's been unstoppable as a guard forward. He's a point guard forward, meaning he's the size of a point guard. He
is a point guard forward center.
Yes, I don't know what you call it, a Pacifica like that. That's what he is.
Called him a Chrysler Pacifica. A little bit of everything now, because he get right there in that dunker spot, and he be like, "Oh, hey, I'm right here. I play center. Pick and roll.
Pick and roll. And we was giving them problems, but then Quinn didn't put in the center. So, but I mean, his confidence is manifesting, and he's shooting. It's crazy that once you get a little confidence to shoot, shout out to you, Kyle Korver.
No.
You can see
It's rebounding, 12 rebounds, 12 rebounds, 12
from a guard.
No,
Jumping you in the paint.
Also, not a guard anymore. If y'all look at starting lineup, they have him marked as a forward.
Yeah,
I don't know what you do with this team. Yeah, they have CJ as a guard, Nikhil as a guard. But
as a 6'7" point forward.
I have told y'all this, and I thank Dyson Daniels for proving me right. You got to be able to do more than one thing, number one. You need to be able to play more than one position, two. Dyson Daniels is the perfect example of, do you need me to be the lead guard? Great. If you don't, well, I'll just guard the guy who you need me to. I'll continue to rebound. I can be the backup point guard. Hey, let CJ and Nikhil, let them shoot. Hell, let everybody else shoot. I'll just pass the ball. You need me to put?
Yeah.
You need 12 rebounds out of me? I know Jerry Jackson Jr. 8 feet fucking tall and can't get a rebound. I can at 6'7". Maybe it's him.
Evan Mobley too. I think Nikhil Alexander Walker, Nikhil Alexander Walker, and Jalen have given the Hawks an edge. I ain't outside of Trey. I ain't never seen a lot of people talk a lot of shit like this, like in the recent Hawks era. Even though DeAndre Hunter would try to talk shit a little bit, it was really more of people would say he's not from Philly, and then he would be mad. But like we ain't really have nobody. Solo was the enforcer, and then his leg fell apart. So we ain't really had no swagger like this out for the whole team. Like even Ricochet be like, nah, I ain't no hoe. Like, what's up? I mean,
yeah,
what's up, brother? I see you.
And you still got Mo Gay, the Sudanese strangler. I want it. He just want to get in, and him and Dyson are the enforcers on this team. Oh, it's smoke. Here I am, and Dyson with that finger right there. Yeah, him. Hey, man, he's still Australian. Well, hey, I hurt you, and I enjoy that.
But yeah, man, we're in a great place, man. And I didn't realize we had 51% chance at a top 4 pick because we have the best of the Pels and Bucks, which we've been talking about. But the Pels, I think total, the Pels and the Bucks, we have a 12% chance of getting the number 1 pick.
Correct.
Which would be
great.
I don't know what we would do. I don't know what I would do.
Oh, I do 1,000. I can tell you the answer. One thing is very clear is AJ DeBase is going to be the number 1 pick in this draft. Whoever gets that pick is taking AJ. Everything else comes with some level of risk. You want like Darren Peterson before the season. I think that he was the number 1 guy. But when AJ has come out and you see AJ play 48 minutes of college basketball, he said, whatever it takes, I'm going to do it. Where Darren Peterson will play, he'll get the job done, then I'm going to get on out of here. That's concerning to people.
I'm going to get on out of here, coach.
Yeah. Boozer, I think he's getting a bad rap because he's black and people expect him to be more athletic. I think that the realistic expectation is Boozer is exactly what you want out of a top 5 basketball player. He is competent. He can rebound. He can pass. He can shoot. He can handle the ball enough. He's big. He's strong. That kid has a pretty high ceiling of playing 13 years in the NBA. That's what you want out of a guy who's not going to be a number 1 pick. I also want to tell y'all, because I'm going to say this because I look at things a little bit differently. Y'all going to need to go back and look at these top 5 picks from every year. Y'all need to temper y'all expectation. People think that me and my line brother Zach had this conversation. He was like, oh, I can't take him 2 or 3. Go back and look at the 2 or 3 picks for the last 10 years and tell me that where they ended up and how good they actually were. In a couple drafts, yeah, you got some world beaters, but the vast majority of those guys, you just hoping to play for 10 years.
Yeah, but this is also viewed as one of them ones for the draft. Like this,
and
this
you're
draft,
probably going to get
this 2000 whatever 03, 2000, I think it's 11, 1996, 95. They compared it to that draft. So if that's the case, then I mean it's a lot of pressure, but I'm expecting the number 2 or 3 pick to be really, really good.
I think that what you're probably going to get is probably you might get 10 guys in this league in this draft that played for 10 years. I don't think that you're going to necessarily get. I mean, that's a lot
Refill
to
the league.
ask. Yeah, to have 10 world beaters, like I think that you're just going to get. This is the draft that, as long as you scout properly, you can get you a guy that'll be a lifer for your organization, and that's valuable. Like everybody not in love with Ricochet. Hell, I am. I want to re-sign him right now. Can we re-sign him for $20 million? 15, 20, 15?
Yeah, I mean he is a firecracker off the bench. He's gonna be good next year, and I can't wait. That's gonna be mine. Your trade thing, mine is Zachary. I like, bro. I see it because he plays defense, and he's 6'10",
And he can
6'9",
play
whatever you want to call him.
potentially the 2, 3, and the 4. Yes, yes, yes. If you can't play multiple positions now, then you better be the only person who gives me even the slightest trouble about this, Donovan Mitchell. But I think that if Cleveland don't win it this year, I think that overall,
it ain't his fault.
No, but what I'm saying
Evan Mobley.
is at that price at $50 million, if that's all you can do, as good as you can be, it's an overpay. It's a bad asset. It's a liability,
Fair.
excuse me.
Fair.
And I think that's where we are. Let's knock out the rest of this. Boy, Chicago, it's been a rough fucking day for you guys. First, y'all got rid of Angel Reese, which is stupid. And then you come back and the Bulls have dismissed, and maybe it's a good day, at least for the Bulls. They fired their executive vice president of basketball and their GM. These guys have been terrible for as long as you can remember. They
committed to Billy Donovan though, which is so interesting.
I think that, well, number one, after you got juked for Jaden Ivey, Billy Donovan like, well, shit, I didn't do that.
But and you know, it ain't about how good or bad Billy Donovan is. We talked about he's been mid. It's more about when you change the regime, you normally let the regime come in and pick their coach and kind of build around what you have and tinker with the lineup and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if your
roster,
your coach is also a beholden asset, however you feel about him, people are interested in Billy Donovan. And if you look at the Bulls, they never got rid of Vooch. You could have got him.
Who's interested in Billy Donovan?
Hold on, let me finish. You did not move Vooch. Golden State was trying to give you whatever it took to give Vooch. Terrible. You re-signed Patrick Williams to the worst present contract in the NBA. There's not one worse. Maybe Embiid, but at least maybe. You got rid of Ayo Dosunmu, who is now playing fantastic.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, yeah. That's what got you fired.
No. And then you throw Jaden Ivey fiasco at the end of this. You got Jug. You got Jug for the crazy man.
Yeah. So everything else was because you drafted okay. You got Buzelis. You flipped Kobe White into some stuff. You got in Giddey.
Yeah.
You just that Dosunmu. He averaging like 18, 9, and 9.
Right. one of the worst. You signed one of the worst contracts. You got rid of a guy who Minnesota. You're saving Minnesota from being embarrassed by the Nickeil Alexander-Walker loss. Let's be real here.
Yes.
And then you have the Jaden Ivey explosion. It's over. Hey, y'all got to go. And Billy Donovan like, hey, y'all want me to leave? That's fine. My phone will blow up as soon as I walk out of here.
He's 500, right? Or below 500. Since he been there for what, 11 years?
Yeah, but the roster is.
But the roster been the roster. To me, this is almost hey man, this has been 11 years of being futile, or 9. I don't know. He was good for a couple years. It'd be 11 years of being futile. Like at this point,
I mean, what did you give him that he would not expect utility?
I don't care. This is culture. Everything got to go. When
Okay.
when you doing the EVP,
Let me
the
tell you.
GM, and you bringing in somebody else, that's kind of
Let me tell you.
it's
The
feel like that's
worst
putting the
thing
cart
you can
before the
do is get rid of Billy Donovan because the Pelicans will have him before. Hey, don't even worry about it. Don't even land. Just come on here to New Orleans. We got a team ready. We have a whole team just ready. And we got a lunatic ready to lead them, DeJounte Murray. And DeJounte Murray and Billy Donovan.
cool. But I mean, my point is, in any other instance where somebody has gone 500 over their span of their career in any way, you would say it's time for them to go. In any way, shape, or form. There's no player that would go mid for 11 years or 10 years, and you would say, okay, well, of course he'll have this many people calling him, whatever. That's irrelevant. I know you, and I know
I
most
agree.
of our friends would say,
I,
hey, it's
I
time for a divorce.
I agree, but I think that most people attribute it to Beavis and Butthead
Fair.
here.
But and my point is, I do believe you. I agree with that. I just think that if it were me and I'm the owner or executive president, or well, he's the executive vice president. If
Yeah.
I'm the owner, everybody just cut it, just and we'll start over. We'll start with the team that we got, and we'll build a roster and a coach and a VP and all of that stuff.
You wouldn't
build on what we have.
Let me say this: you wouldn't be wrong for firing Billy Donovan, but the worst thing that you could do is fire Billy Donovan, and he goes somewhere else, and then you have gotten rid of the only asset that you had, and then you be looking for another coach.
Taylor Jenkins.
He's the only thing left now. Shit, Mike Malone gone.
Mike Malone's. You never saw that. Nobody saw that coming.
No, but what I'm saying is the teams, the guys who are left right now, let's be real. Taylor Jenkins, it was Mike Malone, and quietly people have forgotten about Bud. But Bud is only going to a place that's already ready to win. I think he passed the rebuild point in his career, even though I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but he's entitled to do whatever he wants to. When you already see people like Jamal Mosley and Darvin Ham being in the conversation for people who are going to be up for the next job, yeah. I think that Billy Donovan is safe, like it or not. But I will say, Bulls haven't made a ton of great decisions, so this might be another bad one.
Billy, you better get to Orlando. That's close to home too.
Billy in Orlando would piss me off. I ain't gonna lie to you. Could have kept your ass in Gainesville to go back to the Magic.
It'd be funny. But yeah, we knew that was coming. Cooper Flag 51 on the Magic too, right? 50.
The Magic are 50, questionable.
51. 19 years old. 51. First teenager ever to drop 50 points in a game. But 51 what y'all on 30 shots.
I want to go back. Give me 1 second. I need to look at one thing in reference to this game specifically, because I think he ran Paulo the fuck out of there. I think Paulo had 10 points in this game. And this game, the Mavericks versus the Magic. The Magic won, but Paulo ain't do it in this game. Paulo had 10 points, just like I thought. 10 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 turnovers.
31 minutes, 36 minutes from Wendell Carter. Cooper Flag gave you 51.
Right.
And who is B. Williams? Brandon Williams gave you 23. 51 on 30 shots.
Yeah. Effective and against.
Yeah, I was lucky he ain't had no help. Yeah.
Against his Duke, like, Paulo, you can't have this happen. This be the shit that makes people look at you crazy. Y'all both Duke guys who play the same position. He gave you 50 and you left with 10 and 5 fouls. Unacceptable.
Had you frustrated,
Unacceptable. You the old
confused,
man.
bewildered.
Right. And this is the thing. Cooper, now I think that the best thing that you could probably do with Cooper Flag right now is put smaller players right into him. Dyson Daniels has shown me the methods. If you fluster him when he's dribbling the ball, he's gonna get mad. And he don't necessarily have all the control to stop. So if you play good defense, you get him into foul trouble too. But Paolo's
quit. I told y'all Orlando's quit. He quit on the coach.
There is now that might be the thing is Paolo might be a low motor guy.
That was the thing that was the knock on him coming out of college. Was that he had motor issues.
Somewhere between low motor and soft.
That was the thing of him coming out of college. That was the exact thing.
Now, and then Desmond Bain had 27 points on 13 shots.
Yeah, he was cooking.
Orlando is in a weird place, but I do think that they have assets. But their best asset, I don't think that you can trade for Bain right now. That's the thing. I think Suggs is a better asset, and I think that what's my boy? Anthony Black is a better asset. Those would be the two guards I would be trying to lead with. And I don't know what you can't move Bain right now, so they kind of stuck. So even if they get a new coach, I don't know if that really changes things.
Yeah.
I think that they're gonna have to make I think that Franz and Mo are probably a package deal that you try to sell that you might be able to sell to the Pistons. I'd much rather have Franz Wagner than Lauri Markkanen.
Maybe.
And Franz and Duran would be an interesting. You getting kind of pricey though. God, dog.
Duran about to get 54.
That's the reason. I was like, "Ooh, that money." And that's what I love is you got to find a way to make this math work for your team, and you just can't buy. You can't buy everything. You just can't be like, well, if I can afford it, I can buy it. Not anymore. 5 years, $224 million. Now $44 million a year. It ain't many places that can take that $44 million a year. Ugh, tough.
But shout out to Cooper Flag. Don't want to bury the lead with another loser team. 51 points on 30 shots, 6 rebounds is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Anything to make it this Joel Embiid, Giannis complaint, they're gonna change the rules again.
Hold on. Giannis, you're an asshole. Nobody else is gonna say it because you do all that laughing and kicking. You're a terrible human. You're unrealistic, you're childish, and your request is foolhardy. You want to play with your brothers at the end of the season. Y'all look at what I have up here on the screen. The Bucks are 31-47. They are a lemma fucking native. Cannot win. They cannot even get into the play-in. And Giannis wants to go out there and play an exhibition game with him and his brothers. Take your ass to the house. Play at home. But do you think the Milwaukee Bucks they're going to risk the one decent asset they have so that y'all can have a court family reunion? Are you stupid?
I mean, we got their pick, so I mean, it don't really.
That's even more of a reason I'm wrapping Giannis in bubble wrap. I got this stupid ass wave and stretch on Dame where I got to pay the ghost of Dame $20-some million for the next 4 more years because I tried to make you happy. I got to pay Miles Turner this money, and he won't get 5 rebounds a game at 8 feet tall. And you think that I'm going to let you go out there because your brothers are on the team and playing a game that's completely meaningless so that y'all can feel good instead of making sure that you are available to be traded as soon as the season is over? Are you dumb? Are you stupid? Because it's one of the two. And Giannis, do you want to be stuck in Milwaukee forever? Because don't forget,
that's what he said, though.
You yeah, but he also says, see, Giannis pissed me off because he say everything. I want to win. I want to be in Milwaukee. Bro, you have phantom injuries. You have way too many non-contact injuries for people to be playing with you. Are you nonsensical? Embiid, bro, I think that your team is trying to float themselves to the
Until
playoffs.
you retire.
I
Oh.
mean, both. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to compete and do their best to stay out of the play-in until and yeah, until you play in games that matter. Now, due to the standings and how close it is, I understand how you might want to get in there right now, but you guys could potentially make it into the play-in without you playing. So why would they want to play you? Get healthy, get your rest, and if you have to play in the game, they rather play in one play-in game with you than play 4 more games and risk it in between then and now. That makes perfect sense.
Yep. But Giannis, go
With
good.
this being said, no, Cleveland is a lock. Oh, well, all of the teams with X's are a lock. After today, the 76ers and the Raptors have swapped spots. Raptors are right now in, and the 76ers are the 7th seed, so they will be in the play-in. They are tied with Charlotte. I don't know who has. They're tied with Charlotte and Orlando, excuse me, and the Raptors. So 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 all have 43 wins. Miami has 41 wins.
Yes. So how it goes.
Jesus.
This is the battle to stay out to play in. Hawks, Raptors, 76ers, Hornets, and Heat and Magic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 teams vying for 2 spots in the 5 and 6 seed, which would be right now the Hawks lead with, I think it's still the 76ers, even after they lost. I think they're still the 7 seed with the Raptors, Heat, Hornets, and Magic pulling up the rear. Interesting 2 games for the Hawks, the next 2. You got to play the Cavs. I think if the Hawks can pull out 1 win, I think that 46 wins probably solidifies them as the number 5 seed.
I agree too.
But you gotta get it now because you got to play
I
the
agree.
Heat at the end of the season, and you got to play Cleveland because Cleveland is trying to stay with the 3 seed because you would rather play the 6 seed. Well, I don't know who you would rather play as Cleveland, to be honest, but you would rather play. Most people would rather play the Raptors versus the Hawks, right? So, or the 76ers. You would rather play the Raptors versus the 76ers.
Well, this is the thing. Potentially, the Heat played the Heat played Toronto twice, which means that if Toronto beats them twice,
it puts them at 45 wins.
and they would tie us, and we would need the 76ers to also have 45 wins in order for us to win the 3-way tie. I got to see who the 76ers play.
That's assuming if we lose out. The Hawks, if they
Yes.
win, if you that's why I said you got to get one. You got to get one of these last 3. I would have liked 2 out of 4, but I mean, New York is New York. But you
Now
got to get one out of these last 3.
this is the good thing for us is the 76ers should beat the Pacers and the Bucks. That would get them to 45 wins. And we at 45 wins. And if the Raptors got to win out. I would assume in order. They would have to win all 3 of their final games in order to pass us.
We'd have to lose out, or they would have to win out, and we would have to win 1 for them to tie us. If we lose out, they pass us. But they would have to win out, though. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, and they got to play the Knicks again, too. This is interesting. But at this point, I'm happy with what the Hawks have done. I do have a question for you, man. What does Miami do from here? Like you're 10th in the play-in. And this is a special spot because this is the Hawks spot of you're the last team trying to be competitive. Every team below you quit long ago. You are the last person in the club trying to win, bro.
And you brought Hero. You brought Hero back, and he been cooking. He's been cooking, and it's almost the Trae Young thing. Like and then Bam has 83, which even if you get mad at the 15 or 20 that he got in garbage time, that means he had 63. So but Bam's contract is almost immovable. So you got to trade Hero. I mean, it sounds like to me you got to try to rebuild around Bam. That sounds like the answer, right? Like you got to rebuild around Bam.
Bam is $50 million next year, 53 the year after, 57 in a player option at the ripe age of 31.
And then the player option is how much?
57.4.
57.4. Nobody.
This contract ain't that. This max veteran extension has not started. And you're in 10th place. You are the worst competitive team in the NBA. And you can't fire your coach, and you can't fire Pat Riley. And people ask why Jimmy Butler wanted out.
Hero, you got to trade Hero. But where do you trade him? You can't trade him to the East because Hero's like Trae Young. If he plays you, he's going to try to kill you. And, I mean, you probably... the answer is I have no clue what Miami does other than build around Bam. That's all I got is to build around Bam. But Bam gonna go to Las Vegas. That's where you trying to go anyway.
But I mean, if you look at the Heat and you look at Orlando, like it's funny that you see Orlando and the I mean, you see Orlando and the Heat, then you see the Cavs and the Knicks, and they're kind of both in the same situation of we spent too much money and we are all supposed to be better than we're supposed to be. We don't have a means to be any better than we are right now.
You think the Knicks are supposed to be better than a 50-plus win team?
Yes. They're not supposed to be worse than the Boston Celtics with no Jason Tatum for 60 games. Ain't no way.
Well, nobody is. Nobody was supposed to. They weren't even picked to go to the playoffs.
Correct. That's the issue. Is the Celtics threw a monkey wrench into everything. Didn't help that the Hawks showed up on time. And the Hornets. Those are the three teams that kind of ruined it. The Hornets, like, first of all, started out terrible and then just started whooping everybody, which made everybody a little bit more touchable. Then we started whooping everybody, made everybody else a little bit more touchable. And then the Celtics never stopped winning, and they were supposed to be a playing team at best.
I mean, if there's any argument to say that the Knicks are supposed to be better, it's the fact that they were 51-31 last year. But I don't think the Celtics being number 2 hurts them as much as more than it hurts anybody else to me. I think that hurts. I think the Magic are more hurt than the Knicks. The Magic are in 9th place. I think the Knicks and the Cavs, I'm sorry, y'all weren't supposed to let the Celtics happen. Nobody was supposed to. The 76ers weren't supposed to let the Celtics be the number 2 seed. The Raptors, nobody was supposed to let that happen. So I mean, I don't hold that.
The other part was Detroit's not supposed to be this good too. We not really accounting for that.
Shitting me.
They're not supposed.
Detroit and the Knicks went at it last year. They went.
You're right, last year. But the Pistons weren't supposed to be the number 1 seed, and I mean they're about to have to pay for it with Duren, and that's going to bring them kind of back to reality. But yeah, it's supposed to be the Knicks and the Cavs at 1 and 2.
And shout out to the Pistons, though. I mean, you're right. They're not supposed to be the number 1 seed, and Cade is supposed to come back from a collapsed lung after being out for a month. That's the real story with the Pistons. Is that
Correct.
Cade was out for 4 weeks, 5 weeks on a collapsed lung, and they stayed in first and extended the lead.
That's really it. If you look at the teams, first of all, you're right. The Pistons were supposed to fall off with no Cade. How they didn't, and it's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
4.
4 weeks at the most important time of the season. The Celtics were never supposed to be there because they lost Jason Tatum. The Hawks are not supposed to not be in the play-in. They traded Trae Young and Kristaps Porzingis in the middle of the season. And God forbid the Hornets have figured it out. Like, whatever you think about the Hornets this season, you throw it away because next season, you don't expect them to be at 8.
No. And then you got it. No, you don't. No.
They have 3 top 10 3-point shooters on that team. Hell no.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And they all start too.
But this is what we wanted from a basketball season. The competition is there. There will be a bunch of things to look at in the offseason about teams trying to get under the apron and manage their finances. I mean, the 76ers, Embiid is expensive for a long time.
But they're getting healthy. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but you also going to have to, your boy Grimes going to want some money. You ain't going to be able to squeeze him out again.
Oh, no, he's out of there. But in terms of them going for the playoffs, they're another team if they can get healthy and stay healthy, which is what I think they're playing on. They a scary team.
Paul George vacation was the best thing to happen to them. Him sitting down for 25 games. But that's because this is the other part. They was never going to be better than Detroit. They was never going to be better than the Celtics. They was never going to be better than the Knicks. They was never going to be better than the Cavs. The only people who really showed up and ruined their day is us.
You talking about the 76ers? I disagree.
Yeah.
Healthy, I think they're better than the Cavs.
I probably split that one. Because I think that, I mean, Embiid's health is so fleeting that
I mean, I said
can't
healthy.
trust it.
I said healthy.
Now we're going to move over here to the West, and it's very cut and very dry. All these 9 teams on the right, it's a joke. You got the out and the headed out.
Yeah.
And first they smoking.
Clippers, Blazers, Warriors. The Warriors are about to try to Jedi mind trick everybody, make the play in, and then lose. Get a lottery pick. I do want to shout out the Blazers, though. They had a better year than I thought they would. Considering with the whole Chauncey Billups thing, Denny Avdija being out for a good amount of time, trying to figure it out. They got hiring Tiago Splitter, who is now the head coach. Like they had quietly kind of a tumultuous year. They got Dame over there, and they're gonna make the play in, and they probably gonna win a game.
Quietly got one of another worst contracts. Jeremy Grant contract still on the books over there. You got Jeremy Grant and Scoot Henderson.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, with all the off the court stuff, they making it to the play-in is. I know it's less of an accomplishment because those 5 teams over there are 25, 25, 21, 21. So I mean, you almost default to make it, but the fact that you're 500, man, right. Hey, shout out to y'all. Kudos to y'all, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, nobody thought the Grizzlies was going to be that bad. Also, shout out to the Clippers. I know that this season it won't look that way, but they rebuilt that team. Darius Garland, Benedict Mathurin, Kawhi Leonard, John Collins, and then potentially they could potentially have that Pacers draft pick. They could be right back into it next year.
Yeah. And then your boy Steph Curry came back. I see why everybody holds on to the LeBron, Steph Curry, KD, because when they right, I mean, they
Unbelievable.
right. Steph Curry came back against Houston and immediately was about to win the game until Podziemski screwed up again.
That's
I don't
good.
see what they
That's
did there.
good. That's good for Steve Kerr because he love old Pods, and I think the Pods have been a flaming bag of garbage as long as he's been in the league. I don't think he's ever been
Booty,
good.
butt, cheeks, booty, booty. He is terrible.
Now you got the 4 pretenders, and I think they're 3.5 pretenders now. Timberwolves, y'all gonna try, but it just ain't gonna happen. I think
I
that
think
you're
Ant's
gonna.
injured. Yeah,
I think that they're gonna have to do some soul searching with the Rudy Gobert, Julius situation. I don't know exactly what to do with that because Julius is he's a good basketball player, but I don't know how it works. Rudy Gobert is the guy who
plays the
kind
ball
of
too much.
Rudy is good, but he's expensive. I do think that AO is fundamental to the future of that team, but I don't think they got it. The Rockets, y'all don't have enough guard play. Now, the thing that you could always kind of lean on is maybe Kevin Durant just gets it done. But that 4 or 5
Not in
between
the series.
The Nuggets and the Rockets is going to be a dog fight. Actually, it won't be because it'll probably be the Rockets and the Lakers, and the Rockets will beat the Lakers because the Lakers have lost Austin Reeves and Luca for the foreseeable future. So I assume the Nuggets will probably get it done from here on out, and the Lakers will probably struggle. And then the Rockets will get a slump buster against the Rockets. No, the
Rockets will
Rockets
get us
will get us
buckets in the roster.
against the Lakers. That's what I meant. And then eventually we'll see somebody. We know how this is gonna be. It's gonna be OKC in the Spurs.
Yeah, unfortunate for Minnesota. Looks like Ant is probably going to be out for the foreseeable future. I think they're wishy washy in between, but they think he's going to be out 2 to 4, could be out up to 4 weeks. Which, with battling that knee injury, he has been out the last couple of weeks. Um, Denver,
I mean,
Denver,
yeah, same place.
yeah, it's fine. Denver looks good when healthy. They just beat the Spurs at home. Joker, and Wemby were going at it, and Joker proves, and this is something we have said about Wemby for a while, is Joker's unguardable because of the sheer mass. Wemby's tall, and he does know how to get low and then kind of spring up and pin the ball against the backboard. But like if you can pin him up under the goal, at least
Yeah.
Joker can. Embiid, Joker, big dudes. Gafford gives him issues because Gafford's a bigger guy.
Anybody who got some weight to them, he just don't have enough bricks in his back pocket to really. I mean, that's what happens if you're gonna be that tall and be that slender and be able to shoot. You don't have no weight now.
But Denver has the pedigree. They've won, and Aaron Gordon looks healthy. And I will say, as good as as good as Joker is, and as good as Jamal Murray is, and all of the other pieces they have, the linchpin of that team to be able to make a run and not be able to keep players off their stars back is Aaron Gordon. If he can give you 15, 20 a game, now you can't double Joker as much. You're not going to double Jamal Murray. So I think with Aaron Gordon getting healthy, they are a problem. And of course the Lakers, I mean, hamstring. Luke is in Spain to see a specialist about his grade 2 hamstring strain. And then
Yeah,
Austin Reeves has an oblique strain,
done for the regular
MRI,
season.
out for the regular season, had an MRI on the wrong body part. So take that what you will. Um, I just now you're back at LeBron as the number one, number two option. And while I think LeBron is one of the greatest players of all time and probably the greatest number three option of all time, I think his days have come and gone as the number two or one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough on him, and you got old dominating in there who you can't have him do too much thinking at one time. So
Boy, I mean, he looked like he one of them characters that used to run on the cartoons and trip so bad that his laces tie themselves. Like
He got to be frustrating to be around.
man, I didn't know how to say it. He's a character, man. The SGA is gonna win the MVP, but he's a character, man. He
I
is
1000% hate the SGA is going to win MVP. I don't think that he
gonna win it.
deserves it. I don't think that anybody should be in the MVP candidate conversation other than Jaylen Brown. There is not a person who's drug a team further along since Allen Iverson and the 76ers or LeBron and that trash ass Cavs team than what Jaylen Brown has done with the guys who have no name. I like that. It burns me
Yeah,
up
not.
to think that you can even begin to put SGA or put Luca or any of these other guys in the same conversation as Jaylen Brown, who we 1000%, myself included, counted him all the way out. Ain't no way the boss playing destined might be a gap year like the Pacers.
That's what they thought, but also no other team had.
And I dare
Yeah, no other
anybody.
team has two players of Jalen and Jason Tatum's caliber on one team. Like they both. We now know that they both can carry a team. Well, no, we know Jalen can carry a team. I don't know if we know that Jason.
Yeah, well, you don't know nothing about Jason Tatum other than he has a very good teammate. And I've always thought that Jaylen Brown was better. I think that I feel a lot more confident now in saying that. Y'all are entitled to your opinions, but for him not to be the MVP and not have anybody who's going to be an all-star, be all NBA, all defense, all nothing. Nothing. The best player that he's consistently played with all season is Derek White.
Derek White's not bad. And he also who's the best? Who has been one of the best coaches, if not the best coach in the league?
Joe Mazzulla. Fair. And I will give you all of that. But I had to execute with the no names, with the pips. You can call all the best players in the world. You want to know what they can do to me? Just guard me alone.
I mean, they play the same brand of basketball that OKC plays.
Yeah, minus
they give the
Chet
ball to
and J-Dub.
J-Dub was out forever.
Okay, but you had Chet.
Yeah. I ain't but
Chet is going. He's top 3 for defensive player of the year.
I mean, yeah, I know. That's the question. I ain't got. Hey, y'all got in my mentions. Got in my inbox. Y'all was hollering about Chet over there in the Dust Bowl, but I ain't that high on. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I agree. Jaylen Brown should be number at least 2, if not 1. I think SGA again. We know what these are. It's the same way Jalen Johnson got most improved player. I'm sorry, a player of the month. Like we knew it, even though Nickeil Alexander-Walker should have got it. It's the best player on the best team is going to get the MVP. And I mean, Ant's hurt. It is what it is. And nobody likes Luka. I'm fully on that train now. Folks just don't like. He scored 100 points in 2 games. And
he also
he's not in the league. He's not this. He's.
I mean, but also, I mean, Ayton is still good. LeBron is still LeBron.
Still, Ayton is not good. Ayton's tall.
No, man. I don't like to say the issue I think that I have with Ayton, but is he good? Yes. I just think the low basketball IQ is the best way I can put it. Low awareness. But the kid is talented.
Low sense, but he got no sense.
I mean,
sleeping on air mattresses and
he's averaging 12 and 8 with no sense. But We ain't gonna talk about that man no more. Dawn will beat Gino's ass. She said that she meant it. What else? What did we miss anything?
No,
Oh, it's a
man, we
wonderful
are at
time.
3 hours and 30 minutes.
Wonderful time in Atlanta. Optimism, hope, all of the above. Keep your head to the sky. Number one. More black baseball. Shout out to Drake Baldwin proving us right. Number 2, what up to Kev in the back? What up, though? Number 3, the historically black college university your cousin went to, your auntie went to, you went to, the person used to laugh Kiki in the back of church. Send some money over there. The historically black college university in your neighborhood, the one for homecoming, step shows, probates that now cost. It's a different conversation for a different day.
And everybody
But
probates on the same day.
Reggie finna piss me off tonight. God, just
in the gym.
and why are we splitting the money? You didn't come to see all these probates the same way. Let me tell you, it's a lot of y'all that was Otis, and ain't nobody came to see you. But with that being said, also $18.68 to the greatest learning institution in all the world that gave me a degree, Reggie a degree, Kevin a degree. Please support Black creators, HBCUs, and Black people in general. Adios, mi amigos. God is love. Until we meet again, y'all be safe. We out this thing.
We out of here. Peace. Y'all stay to y'all like, follow, subscribe. Love y'all.